Howdy. Testing. All right, y'all. Let me share this in the Discord really quickly. YouTube. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Girls on my dick when I pretty boy swag. Where's the share button? Guys, this is like so awkward doing this in public. So my plan today here though is I really want to get my prisoner thing going. So I'm gonna be sending some letters. For reals. Why is my Discord loading? Hold on. Loving you is a losing game. I hate this music. It's just a little Debbie Downer, guys, but like, loving you is a losing game. Booyah. Okay, hold on. Sure. Okay. Welcome. I have my boba. Jasmine milk tea. Half sugar. Light ice. Girly. Looks like shit got figured out. Yeah, so that's story time for y'all. What's up, girly pop? My girly pop smoking room. I literally woke up at like 5 a.m. No, like 7 a.m. And what do? As a social media addict, the first thing I do, I go onto YouTube. I'm like, did I get any new comments? And I go on, and it's like, error, can't fetch this account. So I go on my laptop, same exact shit, check my email. My account has been terminated. Like, for severe or repeated community guideline offenses. So, oh damn, this boba is undercooked, bro. Want to ever collab with Grace again? I collabed with Grace last night. Go check her most recent stream. Dude, oh my god, I did so good on there, bro. Anyways, God, I'm starting to love, like, confrontation and drama, which is crazy and very bad, because, like, when I began this whole thing, like, I was so averse to it my entire life. I was so averse to it and, like, hate it, and it gives me so much anxiety, and it still does a little bit, depending on the situation. But if I feel self-righteous, it's so fucking fun. Which is so bad. Like, I need a better outlet. Like, that's not a good trait to develop. But anyways, yeah, so my shit literally got deleted. I sent in like 10 appeals, one after another. It's just so funny that I like actually worked. I was like, okay, I'm never hearing back from them. Like, my channel's just gone forever. And honestly, I probably have violated some community A lot of community guidelines. They make them so vague, dude. Like, I'm starting to believe, like, the freaking, like, alt-right conspiratorial agenda of, like, the media just has, like, way too much power, and they're banning and canceling people based off their politics and their freaking, not me, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot easier for them to do that with literally no justification. I didn't get any fucking reasoning because I'm like, is it my copyright strike? I feel like somebody like mass reported me for being a pedophile or something. It was crazy how quick, like, because I'm inclined to believe that it was something like that, because to resolve it in 4 hours, like, I have like 30 plus hours of content. So I'm like, I feel like you were looking for something specific that wasn't there because someone lied. It's like, dude, guys, if you're gonna come after me, what could you come after me for? Because look at, let's see, let's help my enemies here. Okay, hold on. Community guidelines. Would I be considered a cyberbully? You ain't got haters unless, no, how does the saying go? You ain't got haters if you ain't poppin'. Damn straight. Okay, wait. Because, okay, could I be considered a harasser, cyberbully? Let's see. I did flash a gun on one stream, but it was airsoft, guys. It was airsoft. Wink, wink, wink. Okay. Misinformation. Playlists policy? What the fuck is that? If you're creating playlists, don't post playlists if they fit. Playlists with titles or descriptions that mislead viewers. What? Bruh. That is a community guideline. That's literally all that YouTube is. It's clickbait. I did. Guys, am I a bad person? I kind of want to cyberbully him again tonight. How should I do that? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm making a new document here. My storage is full. Okay, let's open this. Here we go. No edits can be made? Hold on. Guys, this is why I have like 10 different Google accounts, because I just run out of storage on every single one of them. And then just make a new one. I outsmarted the system, y'all. god. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. I take some bacon and I put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Okay, I have all my documents here. These are all my important documents of 2023. I have my potential husbands. For my prisoner dating. I have my Thorp timeline document. Now this one's going to be trolling ideas. Okay. Victim number one. Maxer, aka Jonathan. Please help me. I have full-blown AIDS. How do I cure my AIDS? What about a band-aid? Huh? Am I muted? Oh, it's just... Okay. What did you do to cure... Okay. Anyways. Let's go back to this here. So, guys, let's think. This is... Okay. Okay. Let's research him. Does anyone know his last name? Is that public? Or is it public, or is it, or would I be doxing if I found out his last name? I want to know about this man's past. Guys, I had an interview with a troll last night. And yeah, this probably isn't the way I should go about it. But I trust you guys. I'll send this to him. Wait. Someone just sent him the link to this right now that I just said that. False accusations. Okay, goodbye, Hormaxer. What is this?
That's HGH good.
Oh yeah, T-Way was already talking about how this guy looks like he's got big old gyno.
Oh yeah. They're shaking. At first I was like, well, maybe he used to be fat and lost a shit ton of weight and he's just got wiggly tits, but no, them are some solid memories in there.
Yeah, he really does have... I've noticed that before, his boobs. Jonathan Myman. Shout out, Young P. Young Pussy. Shout out. Okay, Jonathan Myman. Clearing the air about Hormaxer. Oh, that's a Courtney stream. I can't handle her right now. Okay. Hormaxer exposed.
I fuck up the move. They feel it, I kill it. I'm really just spilling
Oh damn, this is Speakeasy?
the jewels out of my shoe. I fuck with the fame, the gun and it's something I do. I don't need a crew.
Most men are attracted to you.
Wrong. This is just wrong. Well, people would call your channel an incel channel. That's why I'm trying to.
They can call me an incel, but it's
Oh
fine.
my god, his fucking background rap music just
Inceling doesn't do a porn.
bordering unwatchable.
Incel, and believe me, I ain't getting pussy all the time. Say if I met it.
Okay, here we go. Literally scared the piss out of him. Why? 27 years of longing.
So you had a conversation with Ben on what?
On the age of consent.
Mhm.
And it was actually something you said that started the debate. So I wanted to ask you about it. You said that the age of consent should be lowered.
You guys know that he has 3 baby mamas? Speakeasy does? Can you imagine? Shield your eyes. Okay.
Or it's 14.
No, I said where it is. I said in some countries it's 14. Where it should be in the United States, I don't know. Probably, I probably could find the middle ground of what it should be. Probably.
But the craziest part is not that he has 3 baby mamas, but that he thinks they're so lucky to be blessed with his sperm. Like, he genuinely is like, I've blessed these women by making them single mothers because they have my genetics in their family tree now. Okay. Anyways, oh my god, I have to stop being a bitch for no reason. Sorry, Speakeasy.
Probably 16 is a good age in the United States. It always used to be. Some states it still is. It just depends. You can go places in the world. Germany, age of consent is 14. I think Thailand is 14.
A lot of those places are changing in the recently. They're going
No,
up to 16.
Well, the only ones that maybe I think Japan just recently changed it in a year. It used to be 13. Was it 13 in Japan? It's like 16.
Mm-hmm.
So so I said, well, what's a good? I mean, I guess typically where it was within the United States, depends on most of the states here are 18 now. I said, should it be 16? Probably. I mean, will they keep it that? Probably not.
So you don't think it should be lower?
Well, 18 to 16 is lower.
No, okay, no. But in the video, I'm pretty sure the exact words was. It could
But
be
yeah,
like
if I wanted to
14.
go, if I was in wherever it was, Germany or Thailand, if it was in their law of their country, and the girl was 14 or 15, sure,
You'd give it a go at 14?
sure.
Whoa. Whoa. Hold up. Hold the fuck. Wait, hold on. 14-year-old girl. Jonathan, you want to get with that? Oh, wait, but he said in Thailand. Because it's Salon in Thailand. So only Thai 14-year-old girls. Let's see. Why would you want to... Guys, I don't get it because I'm like... He says he wants a freak, right? He wants a freak. If you go with a 13-year-old, she ain't gonna be a freak. She's gonna be laying there, frozen in fear and pain. Give me Jonathan. Okay.
Are you joking?
Nope, because it's legal and it's already past puberty.
So legal makes it okay?
Sure. Well, it's illegal by their law of their land. Sure.
14, 13, that is not past puberty. Guys, I didn't get my period until I was 15. Oh my god. Guys. The finest security guard just walked in. He was standing like right there. We make eye contact. He turns around, starts walking. I go like this. He turns around, sees me doing it, and giggles at me. Also, my freaking Euro guy. I got a Euro on the way here, and he was so fucking sexy, bro. Like, I was like, bro. I was feeling ravenous. Like, yeah, make me that sandwich, bitch. Oof. God, there's something about a man making a woman a sandwich that just turns her on. Come on my live stream tonight. Ask if I'd like to have you on my live to tell us what's... Hold on. Let me see your channel. Talk to no. Yeah. What is this shit, bro? Guys, people that report on the Thorps have like the weirdest like genre mix. Like it's like I'm sure people like they come to my channel, they discover me through either like the Darius video or the Thorp deep dives, right? And then they look at my other shit and they're like, who the like what? Hey Ava, hey Ben. Look, you're not banned. Oh my god. I was being honest. I've been Thorp in last week, didn't go down on. Okay. Sorry for chewing into my oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta stop doing that. Okay. Back to this. Ben, do you have any dirt on Hormaxer? Or anything, any little sensitive topics for him? But not like dirt, just like something I can bring up and he'll be like, like throw him off guard, Like I'll be like, yeah, remember Jessica, your girlfriend from high school? Like, yeah, we're friends now. Something like that, Feels great to be free. He lives in his mother's basement? Does he really? Oh my god. You're gonna fucking derail this shit, man. Guys, I have an agenda here. Hold on. Listen. Agenda for stream. Fuck around. First 30 minutes. What else do I want? Send my letter to Deontay. Research love after lockup. Other reality TV to get on. Guys, you can't deny I would be a great reality TV star. Fill out FAFSA. Guys, is that good content? Do you want to watch me fill out my FAFSA? Oh my god. Okay. I'm streaming from a boba place. If I go to rehab again, I'm not gonna smuggle in drugs, but I'm gonna smuggle in like a little streaming setup. I'm gonna like bury it in the woods outside before I go, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna dig it out with my little paws. It is boba. And oh great, Tommy's in here. Okay. Do streams from rehab. That would be some actual good content. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. They need to do, I'm like, they've literally done 60 days in where they can send someone into jail and be an undercover prisoner, but you can't have like a rehab reality TV show. Come on. We've already stooped low. You're taking advantage of the people in jail, showing them to everybody. Why is the line drawn at rehab? God, that would be such good content. I'm trying to think of like some crazy stories. I was literally like HIPAA. Ugh. People are okay. Okay, you don't have to point out the obvious flaws in my logic. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Let me have my freaking moment. Well, I do a rehab vlogs then. Hi, Chuckles. Okay, Ben, Grace, are you coming up or not? I'm giving you 1 second. Jordan, why are you watching me? Hi, Gungy Bungy. I feel like anxious when I see Jord in the chat. Fuck, guys, am I gonna get? You can hear the music. I'm gonna get like copyright stricken from this shit too. Then my account's really gonna get banned. Okay, Tommy. Okay. What do you want,
Oh
Tommy?
my god! Did you really think that if me and 2 Thorps came up here, you'd just solo your way the rest? Like, you just solo out the numbers? Have your bubble
Sorry.
tea. Have your bubble tea. You know they make that in cans? You know how hard it is
Yeah.
to get all the tapioca marbles out of a can of bubble tea? It's fucking delicious, though.
I would never. I couldn't.
So if you
I
had
love
me
anal.
and 2 Thorps in the backstage at once, how long do you think you would have just left us hanging there?
I've just had you, dude.
I know, I'm all you got.
I was gonna leave you hanging forever.
Oh, that's what they do. You don't want to be a Thorp,
But,
do you?
like, oh, why do you want to get on their stream so badly?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You know,
Define
you're
why
not the
do
you're
I
not
want to
the
badly.
you're not the typical internet chatter. So
I don't know what that means.
You participate instead of hiding. You know,
That's because
like,
I'm one of the baddest
everybody else in this
motherfuckers to ever
chat.
walk these panel streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes you say
I think
that?
you forgot the first time I ever left your stream, you waved your heat off your face and said, "Oh my god, guys, I think I'm in love." And I'll probably fap to that eventually, whenever the dick girl porn isn't so turning me on anymore, you know.
Honestly, I'm like so attracted to you right now. I don't think I can like handle having you on.
Ava!
What's up?
Hey, it's York. How are you?
Okay, is this
Ava.
guy Spicoli? Wait, is this guy Spicoli or is he someone else?
No. Who? So what? No, he's our German friend. He's very nice, polite.
Okay.
Some people
I
accuse
can
him of being racist.
I can
He's
never
just
tell the
crabby.
difference.
Great guy.
German,
I'm
huh?
not cool guy.
He's attracted
Did
to
you-
you, Ava. He's very attracted.
What do you think of the Holocaust?
Who wouldn't be?
That fairy tale, yeah, I read about
Why are
it.
you kissing my ass, Ben?
No, I want you and Jorg to get together.
No, we will not.
Well, I don't mean in any kind of way that's inappropriate. I'm just saying.
I
You guys
just
could be good friends.
Yeah, I like streams, and yours is interesting as well. So,
But do you like her, York? Do you like?
yeah, of course. I don't know her at all, but I have nothing against Eva.
But if she wanted to have sexual intercourse with you, and it was totally made sense, would you say no?
That is a question I really don't want to answer. It would make her.
Ava, that's tough.
What about
that is tough.
anal?
That's a tough.
No.
Is
How
anal
about just?
on the table?
How about
No,
just? A few,
it's not on the table.
How about just a few drinks at the local?
Yeah, they are that.
Okay,
For sure.
there you
Yeah.
And we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you located, Jorg?
Germany.
Germany currently?
Deutschland!
Oh my god. Oh, you're just fucking sipping on some shit right now, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, that's beer, and
Well, maybe he can help you to understand
So what
Your
is
problem,
what are
Ava.
what are German women like? Why are you
Normally they are
online? You know that
quite-
I'm German.
Oh, see?
My
I
great
didn't
grandpa
know.
was a Nazi, actually.
You have an Irish last name.
One of mine too. Really, he was really like till he died. He loved Adolf, Uncle Adolf.
Did the Jews hunt? Did the Israelis hunt your grandfather down, Ava, and kill him? Put him on trial when he's like 93 years old.
No, he moved to Wisconsin. He fled.
Hiding out
Uh-huh.
in a dairy farm somewhere. I just milk as a cow. No thing I did.
Became an alcoholic. All right. So what do you want to tell me? What's my problem, Ben?
Babe,
You're gonna
I
try
love
and
that.
Tell me what my issues are.
Oh, do you want me to do that?
Yeah. Well, it seems like you were about to get into it.
Oh, I thought you wanted some dirt on Hormaxer.
Oh, and that, yes, and that, dude. Okay, yeah, go. I haven't had any caffeine today. I'm like detoxing from it. I'm like waiting for this.
Really?
I've been popping. Yeah. Anyways, doesn't matter. Tell me about Jonathan.
Do you suck the little? I'm not. This is not any kind of double entendre. But do you suck the little balls through the straw? The boba balls? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's fun. Do you know they're
Jewish?
They're fake.
I wish. Okay, so tell me about Hormaxer.
Yeah, Hormaxer. I know a few things, but I won't say. Oh, look, here's Grace. Your
Hello.
arch enemy. Your arch enemy.
No, we're friends. Hi, York.
York, if you had to
Frenemies.
choose to spend, have a few beers with Ava or Grace, which one would you choose?
Okay, no, tell me about Hormaxer.
And why?
It's so awkward.
Perfect
Perfect answer. Perfect answer.
Well, Ava would be more.
About the Hormaxer, please, right now.
Yeah, right. Hormaxer. I
think you can make a case for either one. But I'm trying to affirm Ava with her body image, and she's not responding yet because she's supposed to send me some pics so I can affirm them. But anyway, what's the big deal? You showed Grace your entire nude body within 5 minutes live in front of her. Good God, I can't get a pic.
Girl code.
Therapy, bitch.
Okay,
You don't get
so
it.
guys, this guy does not know how to shut his yapping mouth. But anyways, so I'm gonna start you calling Ben Thorp, aka Yapper. Anyways, so how did you get affiliated with Hormaxer to begin with?
Yeah, thank you. You love that BDSM stuff, don't you? Everything's bondage with you. You just can't like talk to an older man. It's like tie him up. You're like BTK of the internet. Bind, torture, kill, ban, permaban, timeout, everything. Jeez, I love it.
Are you gonna answer?
Can I tell you why I'm so wound up before that, Ava? You'll love this because it's a little bit of dirt about a certain little virgin, quote unquote, down there. And that is this. This fucking bitch drove me absolutely crazy all day today. She's a psycho. Ava, you've got to help me.
Okay.
And she was going to make an apology. She's come up with a whole process.
Wait, but tell me this. Wait, Ben.
She's going to make a confession.
Can
on
you
a
just
daily
stop
basis.
screaming in the mic? Like I'm going to get hearing damage. I'm getting hearing damage right now.
Sorry, babe.
Okay, tell me what she did.
So I started the day today. Now I know you're gonna say what you got to say. Just hold off on your narrative. Right? I know you got daddy issues. Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah,
hold
yeah,
off on your.
Totally.
But
I'm
you
a
like
blank
me.
slate,
You like.
baby.
You're the only person on the internet who likes me more than they like Grace. You're more comfortable with me than you are with Grace.
That is what we call narcissistic delusion, everybody.
Well, you said Ben, come on here. I think.
Because you said you were going to tell me about Hormaxer.
Well, you've responded pretty positively to my affirmation offer. I mean, you didn't say like gross. I can't stand that. You're just like
You promised the lady something in order to get on panel, and now here
Is this
you
like
are.
Is this like a good?
She likes
bad
edging.
cop
She
thing?
likes edging.
edging.
I'm gonna edge her. She BDSMs me. I can't edge her a little bit.
Did you guys like plan this before, like the
No.
good cop, bad cop thing? Or
No.
Okay.
Isn't it more fun than a usual panel, Ava? Isn't it more fun? It's a little chaotic. I get it. You'll be all right. I mean, you're not a virgin like Grace down there.
Yeah. So she was being a virgin, and what did she?
Okay,
do?
no. So I get up today, and I'm telling you, every day for 5 years, she's like a psycho, like Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you know what Jeffrey Dahmer's about? He's about making zombies so he can like stop you from moving, so he can love you by like drilling a hole in your head and ejaculating in it. You know what I mean? It's a little off, but you can understand the mentality. It's like we must zombify these people so we can love them. Anyways, that's her mother's project too, and Grace took it over, which was wonderful of her. I really appreciated it. And for 5 years, she tries to zombify me like Jeffrey Dahmer. And so today, yeah. Right. Her mother is like Jeffrey Dahmer's non-violent twin.
Okay. So how did she try to zombify you exactly?
So everything I do, she undermines subtly.
She goes
so that I can't do anything. And the more
how does she undermine you?
Okay, so let me give you a beautiful example just today. Okay, so she wakes up, she's in my room, and she sleeps with me. Okay. Grace sleeps with her dad
on the air mattress.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Jesse Lee Peterson said it was okay. So we sleep with each other every night. Okay. So that's one for the internet to clip. But here's the thing. Lately, I've been saying, okay, this is great. You're shaking this Dahmer-like mother combo with you, mother thing off. So this morning I say to her, hey, Grace, I watched TV for a while. You know, she needed a little more sleep.
Yep.
And then I was like, Grace, I'm out of cigarettes. I'm out of coffee. I need some water. I'm percolating. I'm so excited about the day today.
Yes.
And I tell her, like, Grace, okay, I've got this idea. We got 3 beautiful things on this beautiful menu. And I did say it like that, Grace, right?
Yeah, it seems like she's putting her own sort of interpretation on what you're saying. Yeah, okay, yeah. No, Ava, but seriously.
So I say to her, there's 3 things on the menu.
He did wake up. He was very positive. He was like, okay, I've got 3 ideas for something we can do today.
And we went to sleep
since we
last
haven't...
night talking about how great it's going to be in the near future because she's shaking loose what she calls Grortney, which is a kind of like personality that she's developed. It's a combination of her, like taking on her mother's spouseification mixed with her own like special sauce and completely crazy. But so I say to her, Grace, today it's like you got a beautiful menu, 3 things on the menu. Jesse Lee Peterson talked about prayer. I taught in a Catholic school for 10 years. I'm like, I'd love to teach you about prayer. Second option, do some streaming. She's been saying, I feel like I'm a victim of streaming. And I'm like, dude, that's also our career. Like, let's get through that. You can relax. We've been watching Xena and Darius. I'm sure you've been watching, haven't you, Ava? Jealously?
Not really.
Oh, you can't even bear to watch? That's how heartbroken you are?
I can't, yeah.
Can you believe you lost to a ghetto mama? You couldn't.
No, honestly,
win the
I'll
heart
tune in
of
for like
Darius.
a minute and then I'm like, okay, I'm bored.
They were sucking on.
They
this
don't
is
know how to.
super high
I'm
level.
shocked.
Grace
I'm
and
like,
him did.
viewers
Grace
real?
and him did Shakespeare. What they're doing is taking turns sucking on a penis-shaped lollipop. It doesn't get any higher culture than that.
Yeah.
Oh,
she put it in Darius's mouth.
I like watching their fights because as soon as she goes back home, they're just gonna get in another like giant fight.
Oh, sure.
But
everyone can chime in on it. It's just retarded. The whole thing is totally retarded. And
like
yet,
it gets me views.
more interesting than both hanging out with you sexually and Grace in a virginal way. So you guys are both.
Wait, Ben. Wait, someone in the chat.
Wait,
someone in the chat just asked this. I'm actually curious about it. Why did you ditch your server? I loved your server.
Grace semi-nuked it. I don't know exactly what happened.
I privated everything. We had a purge, and I just made it all private. Because having
Again,
the two
it's
servers.
that Dahmer thing. It's like everything gets collapsed. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that okay.
And she
you can
goes,
work
"This
that
is
in.
this is crazy because the mother did it too." It's sort of like you shut the windows and you're like, "Well, we
Wait,
don't
how
want
is
those
that a
breezes
Dahmer
coming in
thing?
here." Well,
So it's
Jeffrey
like
didn't-
agoraphobic.
Jeffrey didn't really want to share. Like he would go to the gay bars and pick up the black dudes, right? And that's not racist to say, but he kind of wanted to pull them away from the bar and say, like, let's spend some time together. He would, I don't think, have the windows open, if you know what I mean, the doors open. They weren't spending a lot of time outside. It was like, let's do the gay sex, and then when they want to leave, it's kind of like time to kill you so I can continue to love you in my own special way, right? That's how it worked. Do you know that story? And then take your balls and dehydrate them and put them in a box, and your head also. Maybe
how does that
eat
relate to
you.
Grace?
So Grace is also down with a similar type of thing. Close the windows. There's too many voices. You know, I don't like the internet. Let's close your Discord. Let's stop communicating with others. So that we can really get to the bottom of things. And it's like you're just staring at her. You know what I mean? Like you're staring at her going like, okay, this is crazy, right? And you're like, okay, is it going to be crazy today? And then she'll say something like, I'm feeling a little unsettled. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh my God, I have no protection. There's no one I can reach out to. I'm isolated completely. And it's just like, let's see where this goes. There's no routine to appeal to. Like, oh, thank God we're going to go to McDonald's or we go to the studio. It's just, we could sit here all fucking day with you just being as psycho as you want to be. I can't get out of here.
Yeah, the no routine problem.
I've been sort of like, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Misery where the woman like chops the guy's legs off. That's happened to me in terms of motivation. Her mother prepped me for this where I lack motivation. So I'm too tired to get up and say like, I can't take it anymore. So then she's like, oh, I'll help you out. And then conveniently neglects everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's fun. But I was saying, so like today, I've got these 3 things. I think we're getting out of this, right? And then, so it's just like, let's do this. Oh, the second one was they do the internet thing. And that was the third one. I was like, you know what? Let's just do something fun. Like just get the RV started, celebrate that, get some beers, whatever. Just to kind of get out of here.
Yeah.
6 hours later, I'm staring at her. I don't know how many hours it was. 6, 7 hours later. I'm staring at her going like, okay, Grace, you have to take a vow of silence now. This has to be over.
Yes.
And I want to kill myself because of this. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Brutal.
Right. Well, no, what would you, Dad, what would you...
That's why I'm a little wound up, Ava. I'm really happy to talk to you.
You're Ava?
Oh, I'm so confused.
Mime.
Wait,
She's
I can't
mime.
follow this. Okay. So wait. So you want to like go out and do something, hang out in the RV, whatever.
I said whatever.
Then...
I said if you want to do like religion, we can do a religion thing. I can stream it. It'd be fun. I know all about it. I have a master's degree in it. I've got all these.
Okay.
Books
and then
and stuff
six hours pass, and you guys don't.
Or
do
I
anything?
said
That's what you're saying.
2, we could do some streaming. 3, we could do something practical. If you just want to get out of the house, go to Boston, whatever, go to a museum. 6 hours later, we're having the same conversation, and she's like in tears and saying, like, I
feel like there's like some details, like so you were having this convo for how did it derailed into be a 6-hour conversation? That's horrible that you have to deal with that.
Well, she was like, I was just kind of like, pick one or 2 or 3 or a combination or all 3. And then let's just get ahead and go do it. 10, 15 minutes, have some coffee, hit it.
Mm-hmm.
How did it get to the other thing? It's like this kind of
How did it? How would you say?
What it is that Gortney comes in.
Okay.
And kind of says, what I want to do is make this as hard as possible for you and as confusing as possible for you so that you feel like your life is totally and utterly meaningless.
How do you think she...
Okay,
she
wait. But you're...
Acting confused about things that aren't confusing.
Okay,
Subtle kind of fucking around. Saying, can you clarify something like more times than is reasonable? asking for like a summary of the entire Western philosophical and theological tradition to back up like a simple point. There's a whole bag of tricks here, and it's maddening. So
what is your perspective on this so far?
Who? Me? Dad?
Yeah. You.
Mine, I know what he's talking. I know it seems unclear, but basically what he's talking about is like, I will like. It seems like I can be two different people, and when I'm Gortney, it's like I'm scared of everything. I don't want to start anything, even though it's like I'm not usually like that. You know what I mean? Or I'm not really like that, but it's kind of like I don't want to look at I don't want to even open the fridge because it's like, okay, I might feel guilty about seeing the food that I need to cook, and it's gonna like make me spiral. You know what I mean? So it gets overwhelming, and then I start.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I like I just lose sight of sort of like perspective.
Okay. So then, like, was it like when he was
yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but like when he was like, hey, we should go to the museum or we should go here. Like, was it just that you weren't feeling like going out, or like that you couldn't agree on a place to go, or
it was that I felt anxious. And so I felt like if we went somewhere, it would just amplify the anxiety, and then he would kind of like, we wouldn't have a good time going out and doing something because I would be anxious and acting all weird, and I would just felt like, well, we have to be able to communicate. I have to be able to communicate with you better and be more relaxed around you before we go out and do something, that would be more stressful than it would be just staying here.
Okay, so why do you think you feel so anxious? Just because you're like overwhelmed about life in general, or?
That's the thing, is like the anxiety, I have looked through it. It actually doesn't make any sense. Like, there really is nothing to be anxious about, because this is why I think it's something I've taken on from my mom, because she genuinely had something to be anxious about, which I think in retrospect, if you look at it, she had a relationship with my dad. Whatever side you take on it, it was totally dysfunctional, but she kind of didn't want to look at that and see it. So she had this anxiety all the time, like, I don't want to deal with this major issue in my life, right? But I don't have a major issue in my life. Like, I don't have a relationship to somebody that's like I've committed to that doesn't make any sense. I have lots of options at 20 years old or whatever. So the anxiety actually doesn't make sense. And I know this sounds so retarded, but then I think to myself, okay, this anxiety actually doesn't make any sense. Used to make sense because I was trying to figure out what the deal was with my mom, but I'm not trying to figure that out anymore. And the fact that I know that it doesn't make sense makes me more anxious. And then you can see how that just spirals, even though it's also retarded.
Well, I think
so
that
crazy.
There's like, I mean, I can totally understand like where you're coming from. I think that it's like a lot of anxiety can just like, it can be a lot of small things that can pile up. Like, it's like, oh, I haven't cleaned. And then also like, I think it makes total sense. It's like, even though you're not like at war with your mom anymore, like it's still really like sad place to be. Like, you're at that place where you finally like given up and are cutting off contact. And that's a really sad, hard thing to deal with. And it's going to take time to process that. And then also like probably just like not having that structure, that's a huge thing of like whenever I don't have a job and I don't have like a reason to get out of the house and go socialize, like I get super like depressed and anxious too.
Yeah, the thing about the structure thing is like I genuinely am a person who likes to have structure, as much as it looks like I'm not. I liked having the order of school or whatever. But the thing about structure for me, and I know I'll get over this, but this is just where I'm at kind of right now, is like there have been so many times since I was like 7 or 8 years old when I kind of tried to like get things together for our family. Like, okay, let's start homeschooling. Let's start doing the laundry. Let's clean up the toys. Let's do the playroom. Let's blah, blah, blah. Let's make dinner happen, right? All this stuff for years and years and years. Then I'm kind of burnt out on like trying to do something. Even though I know, like, I'm really not. Like, if I'm really excited about editing a video, I'll do it like for 10 hours straight. I don't care. I don't think I have an issue with being lazy. It's just I have an issue with committing to structure because I feel like, oh, this probably won't work out. It hasn't worked out so many times in the past. Even though I know that that's silly, because first of all, I'm in a very different situation than I have been in the past. And secondly, the structure that I did try to have in the past was always like very flimsy. Like it wasn't, it was just like sort of like a random shot in the dark to try to get order.
Bro,
Your
you
mother
totally
taught
sounds
you.
like you have that fixed mindset versus like growth mindset. It sounds like
Exactly.
stupid like buzzword, but like actually like it's like if you look it up, it's like actually a good thing to work on. That's what it sounds like you're describing.
I don't
Anyways,
know what
Ben,
that means.
sorry.
I've never heard of it.
So basically, like a fixed mindset is like the idea that it's like, oh, well, this hasn't worked out in the past, so I'm just gonna quit or I'm gonna like stop trying because like all these obstacles are appearing and like I don't have faith in myself that I can do it. And like
Looping.
instead of like asking for help from people and like having faith in yourself and like being like, I'm just gonna persevere with this and enjoy the process and like let go of the outcome and not like let my anxiety stop me from
Right.
pursuing it.
I have a huge issue with
Detaching from the freak out where you just watch it, curious, where does this come from? So you can just say like, all right, maybe I'll try a little something different without getting locked into a panic, which then reinforces the same exact loop.
Yeah.
So Ava, we came up with something great today, which is the idea of punishment and accountability. Because
what
you
about
have to have
therapy?
the professional therapy?
Yeah, would you ever do that?
That's up to Grace. Totally up to Grace.
So what's
I think
your
her
idea?
mother. I think her mother could really use it. We came across some of her old writings here, and man, was she obsessed with me.
It is, yeah. I don't really
Unbelievable.
believe
So
in
it's
like
old writings, like old
Yeah, her
diary.
little
Like an
where
old
she was
notebook.
where she
It
was
was a
like
little
here
thing.
for a couple of days writing something, and man, was she gone. It was absolutely gonzo. I wish I had taken the liberty of looking at some of that
And
stuff at
this
the
was-
time, because I would have gone like, oh, this person needs to be on the funny farm or like in a group home, like with Legos, you know, just being observed or whatever, and like padded cell,
Big
shackles.
oven mitts.
Got to get-
This was
Well,
from
I mean, it
actually
really-
the summer
it really
before
is
we
like-
started streaming too.
if you are constantly like, you could hear Ava, like, let's say I got into,
be right
let's say I was this person who got into your head and I actually like captured you or whatever, and you just heard me yelling at you all the time and I was fucking with you all the time, that voice could stay in your head, and years later you could kind of still hear that voice, you know what I mean? So that's sort of what happened, except I think I was saying normal things like, hey, let's make lunch for the kids, you know what I mean? And it just became this. I think what was going on was her mother was not able to have, and still is unable to have, like normal human relationships. And yet she launched into this thing with a very, admittedly, handful of a guy, right? And just was totally like, it'd be like if a young girl like suddenly has a relationship with Justin Bieber and it's like crazy and she doesn't know how to do any of it and she's faking it and all this stuff. And like, so you realize this 19 years into a relationship where you have 6 kids and you're still like frightened out of your mind of relating to this person. You know what I mean? It's like a no-go. It's just totally like whatever on one side or the other. It's like you've got to. So I totally agree with like the disconnect. But then Grace takes it over because she sees that behavior, and then she takes it over. Who I don't think Grace would have any real problem intrinsically relating to me.
I wanted to say, because we're trauma dumping, I wanted to say that I have a very big issue with despairing. Like, you would not believe how much I sort of like despair, and I lose perspective on even like just like that I could just like pick up that, you know, soda can.
Look
and
at
put it
this.
in the recycling.
Look at this
It
guy,
is
Seraphim Goose. I
retarded.
dreamt last night. This guy's known us for a year. I dreamt last night that I met Ben, and he turned out to be the pussy everyone knows he is. Okay, but I'd like to focus on the first phrase there. Dude, what?
Wait. Yeah, Seraphim
dreaming about
wants to suck your cock. He wants to suck your cock. But Grace.
Yeah, we
Okay,
should
wait,
bring him up.
Grace.
He needs super therapy. Like, he is.
So you are
Gonzo.
despairing? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah, like, so like if things sort like I sort of don't have like a normal coping mechanism. Like if things are going sour in, let's say, a conversation with me and my dad, I don't think I have a healthy perspective of saying like, okay, maybe I could just go take the trash out, and just being outside would just change
Look
my
at him.
perspective
He
a
goes,
little
must have been a premonition about seeing you on
Oh my
stream
God,
today.
Ben.
Dude,
Hey.
take a chill pill.
bit.
Remove yourself. I am just a personality on the internet. Your father is the person you need to deal with, Seraphim Goose, or whatever your name is. You
Brucey-
have daddy issues. You should not be having.
Okay, wait. Grace, continue.
Damn, get muted, son.
He keeps cutting you off.
I was gonna say, that she muted you. Brucey said, Ben has a point. If I ever dream about someone on the internet, I'm logging off forever. I've dreamed
gotta
about a
click
lot
off.
of people from streams,
Got to click off.
like a surprising amount. Never York though.
Okay, so if you have to take out the trash.
Sorry,
Save
no
that
offense.
for- You save that for your
Hey,
conscious
what is
fantasy
this?
world.
Yeah, sorry, but go ahead.
Combing
yeah.
his
No, it's-
lightly
If you
Luscious
if you-
blonde,
okay.
bleached hair.
So if you want to take out the
Bathrobe
trash, then
slay.
you just like despair over it and like hype it up so much in your head that you just get paralyzed and don't.
No,
do
no,
it.
it's like no, it's not that. It's that if I'm having a conversation with my dad and like it's going sour, I kind of lose perspective on like how happy I can be, even if I'm just doing something simple. Like even just taking the trash out or whatever, you know what I mean? I just lose perspective and I start saying like my entire life is a mistake. I made so many
It's
wrong
an obsession,
choices.
Ava. It's an obsession.
I need to like maybe I need to change my entire. It's like so it bogs me down so much because there's nothing I have to despair over. There's nothing. It doesn't make any sense. But it
maybe
Yeah.
there is something in terms of like that maybe you're not totally conscious of, you know, some that you haven't processed yet. Do you think that's possible? I'm not trying to make any like innuendos, but like just in general.
I think it's a coping mechanism.
Well, she saw her mother doing it. You see, this is how it works. I'll tell you how it works.
I think it
She
is
saw
what my
her
mother
mother
used
doing
to
it,
do.
and then her mother kind of handed it off to her, even though it makes no sense. And then I think her mother said, "If you okay, Ava, I'll talk to you later."
I think she's listening on headphones.
Then, oh, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya.
They give you instruments in the psych ward?
Kumbaya, my lord. She just stole it from a random black guy who's I'll take care of you later. Kumbaya.
Go ahead, Ben.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya, we Lord. Kumbaya. That helps us all. Soothing. Do you ever participate in? Because I know Seattle, they have what are I think the worst group of people ever is like a group of people who have drums. That is like the people who should be killed first when it goes down. When it goes down, you just say drum circle here. Whoever shows up.
No, I actually have tried to go to a drum circle. It's like on meetup.com. There's like a thing called the ecstatic drum circles, and they go to this park and they play the drums and like do like shrooms,
Right? And then it smells like patchouli. And the guys with like the shell necklaces.
They're like, oh, all our souls are connected because we're playing the drum at the same time.
And then an actual black guy shows up and they're like, yes, dude. Yes. And all the white guys feel like, yeah, dude, I'm grooving. And then they all want to kill themselves, and they're right to.
In Germany, they would be arrested, these guys, these strong guys. Public Reformer,
Ava, you should.
Handcuff, ne?
You should live stream yourself at a drum circle.
It's a good idea.
You know those shirts, they probably still wear them there. You know those shirts that are like ponchos and they're like they're what hippies wear and it's like Guatemalan shit, you know? My God. Can you just tell those people like
What do they
kill
call
yourself? You are the worst. And sometimes they say Corona on them or whatever.
It's a drug rug. They call them drug rugs.
Yes.
Mm.
Do you say like, well, you know, maybe they're onto something? or is it just like I would kill myself if I was dressed like that?
Ava has one of those hippie posters.
Yeah.
I once saw a guy.
Okay, so wait. So, okay, let's get this reeled back in here. So, what were we talking about? Ben,
I
why
was
don't
telling
tell
you
me
how
about,
this works. I was telling you how
Yeah.
this works.
about
And I'm saying she
Courtney?
watched her. This is the thing. She watched her mother doing this with me. And then she was initiated into it. It was kind of handed off to her. And then she was told that if you break out of this and treat this guy like a normal human being and you guys have fun, I will become very, very angry with you and say that you think you're better than me.
Oh, I wanted to make
works.
this point to Ava too. Ava, you know the music video Chandelier, the Sia music video with Maddie Ziegler? You know how like
moms.
Yeah. Well, even dance moms, right? So you know how there's like 10 or 11-year-old girls who do these dances and sometimes they wear tight clothes or whatever, right? But like it's totally normal. My mom never sort of let us do normal things like that when we were kids. She had this weird sort of like anti-society thing that I think also makes me afraid. Like if you'll notice, like I don't really wear clothes that like a normal girl my age would wear. I'm starting to do it more, but like there's just this
alienated from
strange
her body.
frumpiness. There's this strange frumpiness about her. Like we used to drive a van that like it would embarrass me in front of the kids at school, but she said, "Oh, I love this van because
Hey, I got a new like on Tinder.
Society."
Can I show you guys?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Wait.
I've been getting a lot of hits lately. Young
Um,
chicks too, but they don't talk back to me.
So, you think that Courtney is the
Nah,
reason
look, that's
that she
fake.
wouldn't let you
Nah,
like
I know that
dress
one
up
now.
in skimpy clothes when you were 10
you from?
and do like gymnastics and whatever? So that's
she-
why you're anxious now, is what you're saying?
I'm just saying she had this thing like this thing about like regular society too, which I think is why I always feel like, oh, it's wrong.
Cult. It's cult shit.
It's wrong to do like normal girl things like get your nails done or something, because it's like every time I would go shopping and get it something like new to wear, she'd be like, oh, that's gonna be a problem for the boys. Oh, that's interesting. You know, she'd always have this like
No, it's messed
just
up.
this culty view of it. You know
but
what I mean?
A lot of
I
women.
don't think
are
that's culty
sexually-
at all. I think that's pretty normal experience. It is kind of messed up for a mom to like sexualize their kid like that. It's a hard line to like follow because it's like, what's the line between like I'm
Yeah, but
gonna, like,
Ava, can I give you an example of this at its worst? She said to Grace's sister, was I think at the time 13 years old, that I was planning to groom her and rape her at a park. Not to groom and rape her at a park, but she said this at a park because it's just this complete inability to deal with the fact that Grace is friends with me. You see what I mean? And just this terror in sexuality. I think it's a very common thing. Ava, don't you think it's a very common thing for a woman as she's growing older to see younger women and want to like just have a really hard time dealing with the fact that they now have? If a woman puts all of her value in her sexual, see what I'm saying? Her youth and her beauty, then when she gets older, she's going to be extremely envious of younger women who now have what she doesn't have. And the failure there is what you're supposed to do when you're younger is, yes, enjoy yourself, but also realize
preventative Botox.
No. You gain dignity by becoming a woman who has other skills, such as making parties, social skills, creating a beautiful home. You know what I mean? Like,
you guys ever think
volunteering at church?
Okay, listen.
Creating social
Do you
networks?
think that maybe you're kind of blaming too many of your problems on Courtney instead of taking any personal responsibility? Because aren't you guys like right wing more? Like, whatever happened to personal responsibility? Do you not believe in that?
Absolutely believe in personal.
No, there's
actually, it's not blaming of Courtney
and the
because
power
I
to
think
change.
It's the same thing for her. She's not responsible either. It's just this thing that comes through the mother.
Right, which is I'm not
where
angry.
It really
at
is
her.
not personal about me or Grace. She had no chance to do this right. So
do you
it was
ever
fuck
do you
show
ever
from
think
day
that you
one.
like talk about like your problems and stuff too much? Because I feel like this is, I don't know if I made this point last night or not, but like sometimes I think about how, like, it's like if I'm just constantly thinking about myself and talking about myself and trying to figure things out, it's like sometimes you need to get out of your head.
Yes,
and I really
Ava.
like the idea of what you
Yeah.
said today about like, oh,
Yeah.
let's go to a museum. Let's just have fun, be of service to other people,
Right.
like do something nice and get out of your own self, and then through that you'll be surprised at
Especially, how about this,
progress you
Ava?
make. And
I think guilt and shame are terrible things for people to hold on to.
we got Brene Brown over here, y'all.
And you feel guilty all the time or ashamed all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the reference is to Brittany Brown. What does that mean?
Brene Brown, she's a motivational speaker.
Oh. Well, anyways, that's why it's great to be Catholic, is because, but I remember when I first became Catholic, so I had a lot of guilt about sexual improprieties as a young man, nothing unusual. But I would go and ask for forgiveness, and the priest would say, you know, you're forgiven. Don't like, he would kind of say, like, just chill out, dude. You're too wound up. And then I would feel guilty that, like, he was telling me to relax and I didn't relax. You see what I'm saying? And it never fucking ends.
Yep.
If you can't sort of accept the forgiveness and just say it's over, move on. You jerked off a couple of times. Move on.
What do you think your next bastion, now that you guys, because I feel like this is like a really big change for you in the sense that it's like you've spent such a long time just hyper focusing on this issue. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to replace it with? Because that's a huge lifestyle change.
Yes.
And it's like, what are you going to talk about now?
Yes.
Scheme about.
My vision for me and Grace would be, we could be a great internet team, and we could travel. We could use the RV. We've got a boat. I have a lot of like really great things to say intellectually about Catholic theology, and I think Grace is more of a performer. You know, dancing, singing. She's really good at mimicry. She's a great editor. I mean, it's 10 lifetimes of stuff that both she and I would like to do, that we both would be interested in, but it wouldn't be exactly like we're doing the exact same thing. But it's such a shame because I've got this beautiful RV outside. It's $140,000 Mercedes-based, beautiful, and we haven't moved it, right? Because we're in here. We have a beautiful studio, like the whatever studio, you know, not that big, but like you could have panelists come in. We have got beautiful cameras like that. We don't use any of it. We've got it's like a $40,000 boat that would be, we could go to the Kennedy there's no end to it.
Right. So,
but we just
wait, what's the answer?
Thing of like,
you get locked in
all that shit once we get beyond this thing. But if you
what's the thing?
The boat.
This thing of this, like, I can't have a relationship with you because I'm having trouble having a relationship with you because you're intimidating to me, which is not really true. But this whole fake, this is what we call grortny. This whole like, I am having trouble and I'm not getting out of it and I can't break out of it, and it's Jesse Lee.
Why do you say so confidently that like her being intimidated by you is just not true?
Because I'm not intimidating in the slightest, and she
there's lots of times
me a lot.
But what if she has like an issue of like you know, maybe you aren't intimidating, but like she has like a kind of, not like a schizophrenia, but like it's like, oh, I'm like intimidated by men, you know, even though there's not a real threat, or like it's just, but it's
the thing
perceived.
is the thing about that though, is, like, I'll also say like, oh, streaming, I don't know, I don't like it, but there are times when I totally like it, and it's like the best. It's really, really fun.
You don't like streaming sometimes?
A lot of the time, I'll go like, I don't feel.
Isn't that surprising, Ava?
Because
she seems like a natural, right? But she was telling me like before she got on, she used to be like shaking, and I'm like, shaking? These are small streams. Look at what Darius and Xena are doing. They're literally like performing fellatio on a lollipop for hours, thinking that it's content.
Scary at first.
Yesterday.
That Negro's making, like he says, he makes $75,000 a year. You can't top that.
Right.
Way more interesting than Xena.
I know.
Oh, Ava, have you seen her art?
Xena's, yeah, it kind of sucks.
It
Not good.
sucks a dick. It's like porn. It's like bad.
It looks like, dude,
Oh,
guys,
porn.
I'm not kidding. No, I'm literally not kidding. Okay, so you know my whole like write a prisoner thing where I'm trying to get a prison pen pal boyfriend and then I can go in love after lockup, the reality TV show. So I'm on this website called Write a Prisoner, and there's an art section where they can post their art, and it literally looks like Xena stuff. Like it literally, like, it's the same style.
Add my screen. Add my screen. This is what she made for her and Darius.
Oh god,
this is some hoochie ass, ratchet ass.
It's actually pretty good.
You think
I don't hate it, but like
so funny.
It's like
it's so
Look
rad.
at his finger.
I don't like the birds on his face or whatever that's supposed to be. Like that part just doesn't.
I will give it to.
But that one's not bad at all.
That's actually not bad. I would.
It's pretty
Have you seen her like lesbian anime shit where it's like?
No.
That is some ratchet.
You know, I respect her for having like hobbies, though. You know.
Yeah.
I was surprised that she looked great.
Skill-wise, this is really good in that genre. That is really good.
Yeah, I actually disagree with Grace on that one. And
Really?
now
You
she's
think
going to
that's good?
spiral.
That's like
because I
so
disagreed with her
typical
about that.
8th grade bad like digital art to me.
It's
but-
like
No, but it's pretty
takes
good.
a
Like it
little
kind of
bit
captures
skill,
it captures
but-
Darius's like sort of idiocy pretty well.
I just want to say mechanically, like it looks. Of course, it is horrible, but from aesthetically, but to make that, I couldn't do that. I don't have the skills to do that. So he has the skill. He knows.
It's actually
what he-
all right. It's all
Doesn't
right.
take
I think
that
it's
much.
funny, like her, especially her part of it is like hilarious.
Her part? You mean her, like her on the finger?
Kind of hilarious. It's like really bad rap album cover. You know what I mean?
wait, Ben,
It's actually kind of cool.
Wait, tell me more
Deviant
about.
art, yeah.
Earlier, you said that you guys are doing this new system, where this like punishment system or something. What was that?
Yeah, so I
about?
actually tried this with Grace's mother, and so like, okay, so the problem is a lot of times we can replicate things that happened with her mother, and then it actually becomes part of the problem. But with her mother, there was a whole thing where we tried physical punishment. There were belts involved. It was ridiculous, ludicrous. We tried an exorcism to get. I mean, it was we just all we did is repeat the baptismal
That
pledges
sounds
like as a
fun.
family. Yeah, no, it was like anything under the sun with this person, and it just wasn't even. It wasn't even like there wasn't even a chance. So it was like the worst therapist ever. She just leaves when you're talking to her.
Look at my shit.
The worst.
Okay, keep going. I'm listening. I've been listening.
Yeah. Okay. So and then so punishment. I'm like, okay. So at the end of this 6 or 7 hour thing, I'm like, listen, sweetie, I understand that Gortney won the day today, but I was like, I just no like shade to you. We'll try again tomorrow. But I'm kind of pissed. Like, I'm just saying for me, it sucked because we could have been in Boston, New York. We could have done a fun stream. We could have gotten into the Bible and stuff. And it's like, I feel like I want to be made right so that like, I can feel like, okay, tomorrow I'm not going to just wake up exhausted because this has been going on for more than 5 years now.
Wait, so what's the punishment thing that you're gonna do with Grace?
So we were thinking, how could it work? Like, like to hold yourself accountable is okay. It's not a terrible idea, right? To say whatever I can do to deter myself, but it's tricky to punish yourself, right? Because like it's better done with really interesting. Yeah,
Sure.
Can you hook me up with some chicks? Caged Eat.
That's you.
I think I could get along well with a jail type person.
I think that would be perfect for you.
I got a couple of Tinder bitches, but they're like 19 and 22. I don't know what to do with them. They're not writing me back. Too young? Well, they could be on camera and they could do the wayward hoe thing. It'd be fun.
Wait, so what? So what
anyway.
is the Grace punishment?
So we were thinking, how do you punish yourself? How do you hold yourself accountable? It's a tricky thing, right, Ava? Because you're kind of a self-help person. You've been in support groups and therapy groups, right? And like, you know, it almost never works. Like if a fat person is fat, it's almost impossible. But it does happen, but they can get skinny. And I had a lot of the symptoms of bipolar, and I actually kicked it. I don't have any of the symptoms, although you can question it. I don't have the symptoms of it.
Chinese herbal medicine. What did you do?
More.
I tackled the underlying problem that was literally driving me crazy.
What was the underlying problem for you?
The structure of the
Courtney?
family. Yeah, it was this kind of impossible relationship that I couldn't make sense of. So with Grace's help, we just said I said okay, and she also was in a terrible position. So we just said, look, we're going to fix the problem instead of just experiencing these ups and downs, because these ups and downs really come from frustration. Maybe there are some people who have a legitimate brain issue, but a lot of times I think it's just you're just frustrated, so you half the time get hyper trying to fix it, and then half the time you're exhausted. It makes sense that way.
So Grace, how would you punish Ben in this if you tried that out? No,
she's getting punished.
Yeah, how are you going to punish her?
Why doesn't she get to punish you as well? Maybe you are also not flawless.
Sure, she could, but
you haven't even heard the punishment, though.
I'm not usually the problem.
See, the punishment is that, or sort of the accountability, is that I'll sort of have a check-in and maybe even keep track of what I do during the day, and then just tell my audience what it is. No matter if it's talking. If it's I talked for 6 hours about
not really a punishment, you just have to.
So
she's doing it right now. It's kind of embarrassing to say, I did this to my dad today. And Ava, your response is what? Why? Right? And it's kind of embarrassing, which is okay.
Right.
I feel really happy to know that there's someone else who's saying yeah, that happened. And okay, maybe this guy isn't the worst guy in the world.
Nobody's.
I'm the victim.
If you suggested, I agree. You suggested,
and then maybe tomorrow, when it's an hour in, she'll go, I actually don't want to do that stream later where I admit I did it again. So I'm actually going to go ahead and say let's go ahead and do the prayer thing or the streaming thing, or let's just get in the car. You know what I mean?
And
that's a good incentive, confession.
So if you guys get in a fight, right, and you're mad at Grace, you're saying, okay, Grace is not obeying me.
It's not so much that. It's that we're having clarify. It's that we'd be having a conversation, and then I would kind of start looping and start.
Well, and then the ultimate punishment would be excommunication. Okay, so I need to really sort of break off from you and sort this out. I don't think we'd ever get to that point.
But it's not really a punishment, because it almost sounds like you want Grace around more than she wants you. As how today, literally you were you can't even just go on your own when you're oh, Grace, come with me to this, and then she's oh, I'm too anxious, whatever, and so you sit at home for 6 hours and don't go. You could have went by yourself or hit up another.
That's right. So you could say this is unhealthy, but I have always felt like I'm a partner type of person. There are some people who are solo, solo streamers, what you're doing, Ava. I couldn't do it. I'm always I would need a pal. You know what I mean? To do it. Oh, even though when Grace was gone, I did a lot of VCs myself, and I was fine with it. But I just like having someone of the opposite sex. Of course, my first thought of that was her mother, but that was gone. But I don't think it really matters so much that we learned that there's a Pope Pius XII, who for 50 years had a nun who was his bud. I think that's fine. I don't think you have to be married to someone to be able to have a male-female relationship. And I've always been, since Grace was 15, we could do so much more together than I could do by myself. But I can do stuff by myself. But it's 1 + 1 equals, I think in our case, 100. You know what I mean? But 1 is okay, but 1 + 1 is 100, because you'd have to see, Ava, you must see how as a team we're just really effective, because we can use, if we want to manipulate people, even if we were a con artist team, a middle-aged guy and his daughter is the perfect con, because she can work all the guys, I can work the old ladies, I can handle the the strategy. You know what I mean? It's it's ideal. So I
Yeah.
see it as a positive thing that I'm willing to invest. I've invested 5 years in it, really, in 20 years in it, and I want that payoff. I'm like, I'm more invested in that than saying like, okay, get out of here, or like I'll just make of life what I can at this point. It's like,
Right.
no way did I invest all this, but I may be over invested.
Well, I
Okay,
would say
so-
I'm the one who wants. I mean,
But
like, if you
Grace
say
says she
who's-
can't do anything
Okay.
without me. Okay, Grace, you just played the victim. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go say what you're gonna say.
She's not playing the victim.
Yes, she is.
No, it was
you
bitchy.
just- you just
bitchy. No, it
interrupted
was
her.
it was
Bullshitter.
bitchy. It was bitchy. It was bitchy.
Go
It
ahead,
was very
sweetie.
bitchy.
Ava,
I'm
Ava,
just
let me tell
saying,
you
if
something about
you-
me. I am
No,
the
let
nicest
her
guy.
fucking
Nicest
talk,
guy.
bro.
Yes, a little over talk.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Grace.
If you want to say like who wants to be, the thing is, it's like it's a generalized anxiety about people. It's not about him, and it's even this thing like if you say like, well, Grace doesn't want to be around you, you want to be around her. It's like, well, why do I bring a blow up bed into his room every night? I want to sleep in there. Like, I am clingy. And even now, like I feel super alienated right now. Whatever. And probably when the stream ends, I'm gonna be like, Dad, I need your help. I feel crazy.
Can I ask why you never hit up like anybody else to talk to? And it's always your dad that you want to ask for help when it seems like it kind of maybe annoys him sometimes. I don't know. Or like maybe it doesn't always work out.
In general, I haven't found anybody who I trust even close to the amount that I trust him to like kind of like help me figure out what my problem is.
Well, I mean, obviously you don't really have any reason to trust me, and I probably wouldn't trust me if I were you either, but you can talk to me and I'll be there. But like why does he have jet black eyes like a demon? Because I'm a ginger and I have no soul. Okay. Go ahead, Ben.
Please, thank you, Mom.
Welcome, son.
Ava has slightly cross eyes. Do you agree with that, Ava? They're slightly
Maybe.
cross-eyed. It's kind of
Maybe a
cool,
little bit.
but I wonder if you actually straighten them out. If you'd say like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? Okay, but Ava, listen. When you met Grace, okay, admittedly she was in a weird place. She had just gone through like a two-part psychosexual sort of thing, with Darius. Then with exactly, it's a little bit like that.
No,
And then with Jeremy, and then I had also, I don't know if she told you, I had also sort of sexually humiliated her in the woods because there was we had to work something out. So then she jumps the fence, she jumps into your car, she's freaked out a little bit, but it was all ridiculous. But did you feel like Grace lacked social skills? Like
No.
that she's just like a retard kind of socially? No, right?
No.
And
Thanks,
she was
babe.
able to negotiate the whole West Coast thing. I was very proud of her with Darius. I saw the on-stream stuff. That's a tricky thing to negotiate. The thing with Jeremy was genuinely, it was weird. You're alone with this guy. And you like, he's telling you you're good. He knows you've just come from a weird situation. And then he's acting fucking weird. And you are alone. And you know what I mean? And then your dad tells you to climb out the window and do, which was just kind of a, I see it as kind of just a sort of palate cleanser, like, okay. And then she jumps in your car. You pull this kind of lesbian stuff where the nude you come out of the bathroom. But anyways, that was just fine. Like, there's no,
No,
such
that
thing
was
as
nothing.
lesbian rapist.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so I was like,
I'm gonna mute you.
well, you are an intense person, Ava. You're an intense person. You're a wild child, which is fun.
Wait, so tell me, like, so let's say, so you guys have a conversation, Grace does her looping thing or whatever, and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I need to, like, we're gonna do this punishment system. You come on stream and talk about it. Let's say she
Yes.
doesn't want to do that, right? Or
Yeah.
she refuses to do that. Then
Yes.
what would the next punishment be?
See, it wouldn't be me though. It would be her. Like, I think it's got to be her. Like, and I think the problem with saying like, well, when does it warrant this sort of confession? It should be just every day, a check-in, and she could tell positive things too instead of just negative. But then you have to have this discipline of saying like every day at 6 o'clock, I'm checking in. with, and that's tough because it's 7 days a week or what. So that's what we didn't quite work that out. But yeah, if that didn't work, then you might say, and I think it's no problem to say like, okay, maybe we need to take a month off or a year off or something like that, and just say like, all right, well, I don't think we'll get there.
Okay.
But you know what they say? A lot of times, sunlight is the best healer. Light is the best healer.
I'm in the cafe. Wait, what does Jorg think about this?
No, I find it very interesting. I commented it. Very interesting, and I learned a lot about like in between social relations. Like
you have to have. Tell me when you don't have a kind of at least a threat of punishment where you have any group, any club, almost anything. You need to have like kind of like some accountability, right?
Okay. Sure.
Right? I mean, like even in AA, what do you call it? The person who's like the
sponsor,
head alcoholic sponsor. Yeah. So they
the top G.
The head, whatever. The top alcoholic.
Yeah.
At some point, they will give up on you, right? They'll say like, "This sucks a dick. You're not doing it." Is that right, Ava? They're allowed to say like, "You're not serious," and you just keep lapsing. It's too much. I don't know how they figure it out, but at some point they go like, "This relationship sucks."
Yeah, I was there at 2-3 meetings, once.
Oh, you went to that?
More than 10 years ago. Yeah, 15 years ago maybe. Was there, and I was like 3 times. It is so boring. And then everybody gets to talk, and then when the new one, was talking, I was reprimanded like, "Oh, you are new here. How dare you talk that long?" And I'm like, "Okay, bye."
I am not Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Do you guys know this guy?
I think support groups are interesting. No,
yeah, he's been on speakeasy panels or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I just want to say hi. How you guys doing? What's
No,
up,
he's not
Ava?
a bomber. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh no, hell no. Hey, look at your face.
Oh my god, you think it's connected?
I just have that in the background.
Sick, dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
so
well, we're getting
what's
some
your take
stream
on everything that we've been talking about so far? I'll let you say something.
Well, I feel like both Ben and Grace, and possibly the mom in this situation, could all benefit heavily from some fucking therapy instead of the internet.
Oh God!
I think that these guys, especially Ben up there, Ben, you look like you've been looking up little girls' skirts. Now, I know you've admitted to that in the past with your own daughters, but maybe don't do that and go talk out your problems with somebody who might actually try to help you.
Take a comedy class, nigga.
Take a comedy class. Oh my god, I have to use the N-word.
Sit down!
Dude, the salt and pepper word just isn't looking right on me. Mostly it looks like body grease. Greasy ass fucking hair. Coming on the live streams with greasy ass hair, acting like because you have a sure mic that you got money. I know what happened. You were given money by a passed on family member, and now you're blowing through it, and you think that getting famous on the internet's going to work for you when you are a despicable piece of shit. You're never going to be famous. You're just going to sit there and get older and older, and all that anybody's going to know about you is that you and your daughter
seen him cammed up.
about
It's
fucking.
pretty brutal.
And Grace, you're mid at best. You're not even very pretty.
If he
You're not
turns
gorgeous,
on the cam, you'll
and you have
see
zero
why
personality.
he's, Okay.
Just like your father. Neither one of you have an
Wait, will you
original
hate on?
bone
Will
in your
you
body
hate on me now?
whatsoever.
I want to get roasted.
No,
and you're just
going
to get old.
I'm
and fade
affirming
off before
Ava's
anybody gives a shit about any of you. What's the matter, Ben? You getting a little mad over there?
Well, but you do, right? Because you want to come up
me.
here. How is it a diss to say no one cares about you? To come up on a stream?
No, you need to know
tell
that that's
people
true.
That
you need to understand
you don't
that.
care about them. You obviously care about it enough to waste your
got what I
time.
need.
That's why you have to kill yourself
You
now.
say he's just a friend. Hey, Ben. Try shutting the fuck up once in a while, bud.
Eva? Like totally different guy in the beginning. Like what the pictures you showed, they look very young. These kids. No?
Howdy doody. So what? How you doing, man?
Wait, what?
So like 20 minutes ago, it was Eva alone talking about some that Hormaxer dude. And showing pictures of very young kids, but I don't know the context because I don't know.
Yeah. So I was watching a speakeasy video of him accusing Hormaxer of like being kind of like pedophilic.
You watched a speakeasy video?
I just looked up dirt on Hormaxer and then it came up.
That's the whole point. Bottom of YouTube.
I know.
I don't know, man.
I'm
More views
nearing
than what's
rock
currently had.
bottom here. But
I mean, he keeps this
Ben calling somebody the bottom of YouTube. Dude. If you were the bottom of YouTube, you wouldn't even be able to get fucked.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Not to you, but nothing makes sense to you.
Damn!
You've had to do nothing in your life but sit in front of a computer and go, "Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, so."
Okay. Boring. Okay, so yeah, I was watching like that video.
Sucked.
And Hormaxer was like, "Oh, if I went to Thailand or like there's another country where like the age of consent is like 14 or 15,
Germany."
And he's like, "If I went,
no,
I would get with a 14-year-old."
Hey, Ava, can I tell you something? Just a curious fact. You see where it says "talk to new" in the chat? This lady is talk to new.
Yeah.
Cap.
Oh yeah.
She's from Wales, which is like part of the UK. She had me on her panel. She's like middle-aged, same age as me in York. And I was like, she could be my old hoe. We could bat it around. She's got kids she's got 3 daughters, 30, 20-something, and 21. And I was like, well, whatever, maybe, she can introduce me to them. We can get into the family dynamics. Her daughter's similar to Grace. I could, you know what I mean? And so she had me on her panel, and with this old Irish woman who was even older than she was. They were smoking cigarettes. I was joking around with them. Then she brings up guys like this guy with the Joker costume start yelling at me, and I was like, I'm out. You suck. Then they start yelling at her, and she starts crying and saying like, "I didn't know about him. I didn't think it through." And you understand, she's having they're saying shame on you for talking to this guy. It's you've ruined our community by joking around with Ben Thorp. And she's like, I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. These people have to kill themselves. Do you agree? If you are apologizing to a bunch of retards on the internet that you talked to Ben Thorp, it's over, bitch.
I find it funny how you mock the British accent. I hate it as well. No? Like certain
no, she's Welsh, though. It's a little different. It's like,
okay. Yeah, Welsh, they speak Gaelic there, the original. But they also speak, okay, it's different. But Oxford English, like, hi, ma'am, my lady, please take a seat. I'll order us some tea with a spoonful of sugar, please.
That's not a very good English accent, dude.
No, it sucks, man.
You guys had a chance to finish those limeys off at Dunkirk. You didn't do it.
Absolutely. It's like here.
No.
If you go near Thailand, if I was
you don't think it should be lower?
Listen to this.
Well, 18 to 16 is lower.
No, okay, no, but in the video, I'm pretty sure the exact words was. It could
be if I wanted to go, if I was in,
no, you should definitely go on Hormaxer.
It was in their law of their country, and the girl was 14 or 15. Sure.
Sure.
Give it a go at 14.
Sure.
Ava, you should go on Hormaxer.
That's what I was wondering. I've been.
She's been on Hormaxer, remember?
You should go back on and do a whole arc.
I go back on sometimes, but I don't really know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That was the point of this stream, is I'm trying to figure out what angle to take now.
Okay, so I'll give you some dirt. I don't have much dirt, but I believe that his mother pays for all of his expenses. Like, she's his trustee. Okay. You could talk to a lady named Betty Washam about that. She did a lot of research on him. I don't research people on the internet. It's ridiculous. But I believe his mother pays, you know what I mean? Like, he's a trust, because he doesn't really have a job.
That's fun, kid.
Okay. And he acts like he's the Mac daddy, and he says his like daddy's like worked with Pablo Escobar. That's a highly debatable. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Your dad sold weed, which maybe in some sense was connected to a cartel. Okay, fine. But
Also,
he says his dad was like down with Pablo.
Yeah. Also,
wait, let me tell you.
Yeah.
The ultimate one is he has this porn video. He claims, I did a porn. It was a porn star. But if you look carefully, frame by frame, it's mostly a porn that's done with him thrusting, like it's like kind of, but for a couple of frames, the camera comes around the bend and he's not in her. It's on the side.
What the fuck? Wait, how do I find that? How do I find
I don't
the porn?
know.
You could ask a nice server. I don't have the link.
Okay, you have to send
So
me
I
a
think
new
they worked
server.
something out because he won some sort of a contest or something to do porn with Crystal Sparks, and he's like, "Yes, finally, my big moment." But like, there's something fishy going on. I don't know whether she was maybe on her monthly time or something, or maybe he's gay, or something. I don't know. But there's this kind of. There's a couple of frames, if you talk to Betty Washam, where it's like, nah, that wasn't in her. And he, it's kind of one of these. Also, he likes tasty traps, but he's open about it.
Crystal Spark or what? Crystal Spark.
Crystal Sparks, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to Google that.
Crystal Sparks. Yeah, she'll come up, I think. She's a real person. But it wasn't like,
Hot wife.
There's just a lot of talk. The reason I'm banned from his chat is because he was supposed to meet up and make a porn with a chick named Issa Ecstasy.
Okay.
Have you ever seen her? She was like a kind of a troll. She had no intention of going and making a porn
star
with her.
name though.
Yeah.
Ecstasy.
She's a good girl, but he blames me for cock blocking her because I was like, "You're not going to go there, right?" And then he subsequently has cock blocked me several times, including with you, I think.
Now, is there a including with me?
Well, I'm not sure, but I racked it up. He said I owed him $300 for the cock blocking, but there were 3 other chicks who went over to him that were my,
whoa.
Which I don't care. I was like, you owe me $600 now. I don't think it was you. I don't think it was you.
Okay, wait.
So that's all I really have on him.
Possibility of reconciliation with him? Because I feel like you guys are like,
he
okay,
claims
wait,
I owe him $300.
Oh, so now,
he
that's
he wants
I was like,
300
you
for him to
cock-blocked
go
me.
on the stream. That's
She was a troll. She had no intention of ever going to Vegas and making a porn with him. But I think what really happens, Ava, is I'm socially more, I'm not saying I'm like top G, but I'm like socially, I'm more attractive than him. I'm taller than him. I'm more charming than him. And he couldn't handle it.
I don't know.
You think not? I think he is sort of a
way
genius.
better build than you.
Depending, but he shattered his arm by like freebasing. What he did is he decided to like what they call Mogmax, or looks max. And if you watch his early videos, he's the skinny little Jew. He's like Woody Allen, And then he just got all this illegal testosterone, shot himself up so much that he gained like 60 pounds in 5 months, and then exploded his arm on a fixed machine. You know what I mean?
Yep.
His arm kind of shattered.
Because he kind of gave himself osteoporosis from taking too many
you can't
steroids.
do that. Your bone doesn't catch up to the muscle, and it becomes like a elastic that's too tight. And anyway, you know what I mean? Those machines where you're just lifting a bar and it's attached to a coil. You really can't injure yourself on those. But his arm just right? And it was serious. I'm sure the state of whatever Medicaid or whatever had to pay like hundreds of thousands of dollars to get it stitched up. So he's an idiot. He's an idiot. But he tells young men to do the same thing. And that's why he has this kind of bloated look. If you look at his body, you could say he's got a good build, but it also looks like he just He's like, you know that when fat people lose a lot of weight, they have that like kind of sagging tit look.
Yes.
So he's got that problem.
He has man boobs.
And his arms are simian in length. Like if you watch him walk around, it looks like his arms are like almost dragging the floor. So I don't know, you know, maybe. I think he's a pretty good dancer. I think I'm a much better dancer. I think I do beat him on most qualifications. But I do have more of a dad bod. But Ava, if you're going to have sex with a middle-aged man, would you rather have sex with a guy with a dad bod who's just like owning it, or would you want this like beefed up guy who's like, you know, he's going to have shriveled up little testes, right? If you take that many, do you know what I mean? It's going to be all out of whack. And it's like this total insecurity thing where you got to be affirming him.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was me, you know, I make love to a woman. You know what I mean? It's mutual, it's sensual, but it's careful. And it's not about
what are like your sexual kinks?
That's why I'm saying I don't need a boob job, Ava. Just even to be sexual friends, which I think we should be. You know, and we can affirm each other, and it will be like therapy.
Look, he's in chat. He's in chat.
Oh, he's in chat. You should bring him on.
Losers.
Ava, bring him on. Bring him on. Bring him on. Talk shit. Bring him on. Bring him on.
So,
you know
what
I'm sorry for calling
like talking.
Learn to shower, Ben. Hello, Ava. How
Learn
you doing,
to shower, Ben.
How you doing tonight, sweetie?
Totally not selfish.
I'd like to eat your ass. I'd like to eat your ass.
We're in the presence of greatness. Do you know that Grace's mother? There's a little backstory. Grace's mother originally, we were fooling around on the internet before all this stuff blew up, and he came on this stream that we went on. Oh, the one that you were supposed to go on, but you were too drunk to go on, playing with fire.
Yeah.
You should have come on drunk. Those people needed you.
Oh my god, it was
so Curry
bad.
Mac. It was all these like Indian dudes. Did you watch it ever? Did you watch the thing? It's like these.
I heard it was a bunch of Jews, and I got really sad.
There was one Jew, and he was like Hormaxer. Actually, he was like, "Hey, so get my life together. I'm here in Israel, and I'm 26 years
crazy.
old, and I just bought a car." And it's like, okay, Fonzie. But anyways, but she had these Indian guys who were like these 300-pound guys who are like, I'm into the red pill. I believe that women should be submissive to men. You know, it's like
I got a fat Indian guy to like do role play mommy play with.
Yeah,
me,
she
so
did. She did mommy daddy play with him. Yeah. Hey, Ava, you'd be really good at that speed dating.
Yeah, you'd be good. That's why I recommended you.
Let's see.
But you failed, Ava, because of your.
I'll have another chance.
The fire water got the better of you.
Grace making the Indian guy pretend to be whipped was epic.
Yeah, he even did. She did like spoon hittings, and he was like, "Ow!"
Yeah.
This big fat monster guy.
What the hell? Oh, he was jacked even 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know when it was. It's been a while since he like exploded his arm, and then of course he hasn't gone back on it. But now he's gonna go back again.
It's really broad, no? Like,
good evening, welcome to the Howling Madness, home of the black pill. You stumbled on the black guy. Okay, and if you're a guy in your 40s, and you're
I want to braid his hair. I want to give him dreadlocks or something.
He's cut it recently. He wanted to hide. He wanted to fade because he saw my
By the way,
haircut.
I haven't even began. And another problem, let me tell you something, Tails. Another problem with you.
Do you think this is Jack?
Do you think he has a mental illness?
I think he's neurotic in a way that's interesting and funny.
Well,
because he's always trashing women, but he's absolutely a simp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like devoted to pussy.
Yeah, right.
To be 44 years old. How does it feel, Tails?
It almost looks like he has breast implants. I just can't stop looking at them.
And he shaves his. He's a very hairy man. And he shaves
Darius does that.
Make
Like shaves his chest.
Okay, so but her mother, Grace's mother, so this guy appeared on the show and everyone's like, what the fuck? This guy's so creepy and weird. She secretly, semi-secretly went over to his channel, was like watching it and like forbidden, like at the, it's called the Howling Madness. And she was like, she later on was like, I've been over there and you know, it's kind of cool. It's crazy. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
And then we encouraged her and, you know, she eventually did the, she eventually did a, like a BDSM session with him. Have you ever seen that? Oh, you've never seen Courtney's session?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Would you ever do that?
Me? BDSM with him?
What about let's do BDSM of ready? Okay. Sit down.
You're gonna do it on me?
Sit down, you little cuck pervert.
You've been doing it all straight,
bitch. Put that ass down with your greasy ass hair. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, mother.
Little bitch boy. Do you think?
Yes.
Let's see. In what ways did you mess up other than picking wrong? You fucking suck. You can't even hold a household
Therapy,
together.
BDSM.
Yes, mother.
Jobless loser, failed restaurant, can't hold your family together. You're just a failed leader. You can't direct your wife. You have no idea. Like, explain to me, bitch.
But that's not BDSM. That's your interrogation shit. I want you to tell me to do dirty stuff, Ava.
You little stand up
like
and take your shirt off right now. And then I want
economics.
you to go and get some of those like clips from the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I want you to put them on your nipples.
All right. What clip? Okay, baby. Hey, mommy.
Go get the clamps.
Clamps? Cattle prods. Let's do it.
The hair.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Solidarity.
Grace,
Hashtag
you do
failed
Yorg,
restaurant.
you do Yorg, and Ava will do me, so that it's like appropriate for the interwebs.
Go get the
Like
clamps.
clips.
Ava's
Magnets.
Guys, I think
Ask
that's
Yorg
okay.
about the mechanic.
If I put one magnet on each side of my nipple, won't that work?
Try it.
Can't even get these fuckers apart. They're like glued. You ready?
Nadrika said I came back at a truly cursed moment in streaming history.
Ow! I did it!
Good boy.
That's not too bad. See that?
I'm patting you on the
For
head.
you,
because you're
Mom.
like a little pet.
Thank
My
you,
little
mommy.
Pet Betty boy. Okay, now I want you to
Ow,
angle
that
the
hurts,
camera
Mom.
down, and I want you to sit
Can I
down
take this
on your
fucking
knees.
thing
on the
off?
carpet.
Ow!
No, not till you answer my question.
God,
Not till you
ow.
answer my question.
I took
Answer
it
my
off,
question,
Mommy. I'm
Ben.
sorry. Fucking hurt.
Bitch boy.
Did you kick him for not following the BDSM?
Tried.
I think he needs
What's
to.
that,
I think he
Mommy?
needs to get spanked.
Mommy.
Turn around.
Mommy,
Stand up.
Do
Stand
you
up.
want me to spank him for you?
Yeah.
No, Grace. Don't get nervous, Ava. Just adjusting the band.
No, your shit is fucked.
You also got surgery. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what happened? My intestines stopped working. Ava, you got frozen, bitch.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. What's
You
going
liked
on?
what you saw. Do you want to go down a little downstairs?
Hold on.
Whoops.
When everybody can
Far downstairs.
too much dogs.
Wow.
I gotta get in shape, Ava.
You do like a
Boy,
downward
tight
dog.
Look at how I can move. I can take a woman.
Are you gonna get
Yeah,
like
they-
Stroke.
Young anymore. Not
When I get that feeling, I need
Sexual
healing, baby.
Sexual.
Sexual healing. Come on.
Ben's,
Make to
Ben's
me
chest
feel
and belly
so
look like a face.
fine. It's such a rush. Help to relieve my mind. And it's good for us. Sexual healing, baby. See, body positivity, bitch.
Okay, are you gonna turn around and show your ass to the camera? Or
This
what?
was Russell Brand's inspiration.
It's worked on you.
I've got a small ass.
Damn.
But it gets the job done. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
It's not a Kardashian.
Oh man, you really cursed Grace there. There we go.
That is normal.
Now you see where I get it from.
But it goes all day and night. Built for speed.
Okay. Now
play the drums on that.
I used to be very insecure about it, Ava, like you and your breasts. Then I learned to embrace it.
Of your ass?
Yeah. It's very small.
You know, it is part of an appeal for a man.
But it is, yeah, it is.
I think it's
Small
better
butt.
than
You got
a
the
really big ass, though.
Yeah, I got broad shoulders. Yeah, it's better than, you know what the worst for men is? Wide hips, that kind of womanish look. You know what I mean?
Darius has that.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay, Mom, I'm exhausted. What's next?
Yep. All right. Are you ready to answer some of my questions?
Only if they're dirty. You want to ask me dirty?
Let's
Ask
see.
me dirty questions.
Okay.
Dirty
Have
questions,
you?
baby. I'll
have
answer
you ever
any
watched,
dirty question.
What's your favorite genre of porn?
Oh, good question. I haven't
Stepdaughter?
watched porn. I haven't watched porn in a long time. My favorite has been blowjob porn. And hey, let me tell you something dirty. I once watched accidentally what's called hypno sissy porn. Do you know what that is?
Not exactly, but I can't imagine.
It's like a hypnotism. But you know what actually my favorite genre of porn is? I'll tell you, you'll just think I'm a sweetheart. I like romantic porn that's made for women. Do you know what I mean? Love. A couple in love. How about that?
Interesting.
It says for women.
Very, very interesting.
I like it a little more
Actually,
romantic.
okay,
I don't like
so-
the hard stuff. But blowjobs, it's like that affirmation thing. Hypnosissy porn is where a gay dude, I didn't realize it was a gay dude that was performing fellatio.
My shit is glitching out like heavily right now. I'm pretty sure my computer
we can
can't
see
really
that.
handle this much longer. I'm gonna have to kick y'all off and see if it's better solo.
Yeah, I believe. Thank you for having me on, Ava, and bye, Grace and Ben.
Nice
Bye,
to see you, York.
Nice to see you.
See you.
Peace out, brother. If I can fucking make this work. Okay. Here we go. Is it gonna? Guys, did I get some weird virus by looking at the Hormaxer video? Does Ben take amphetamines? I've wondered that, honestly. But you know, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna I cured my bipolar just by talking to Grace. I think that he just is like manic. But wait. Yeah, this guy back here. I'm glitching out so badly. I don't know why. I'm gonna try and connect to my hotspot and see if that helps. Okay, what's up?
That's
a new
definitely
character.
Hormaxa. I saw him in the stream in this chat. That was a fake me.
Who
I
did you
swear.
draw that? Did you draw that?
Yes, I did.
Who are
Yes, I did.
you?
Who are
Who the
I?
fuck are you? Yeah.
I am TrippyCast. Well, I'm Hormaxa. Is who I am.
Are you kind of like an
See my
animator?
pool? You see my pool?
Yeah.
I mean, you could call it
This is
animating,
so
but
sick.
I don't have to animate
Okay, I'm
anything.
connecting to my hotspot real quick.
I just look like this. It's definitely not milk in that pool either. That's my proof that I'm a man. It's not milk at all. So you would go in through my MGTOW.com, right? You be careful doing that.
So did you discover them through Hormaxer or what?
The Thorps?
I should draw grossly.
I discovered the Thorps when I saw
No,
them
Hormax.
in my chat.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what? I'll go back to me. I'll just go back to me without my hair. There we go. Yeah, well,
Were you
I mean,
pretending to jerk off right there?
oh no, I'd rather not do that and mess your stream up. That might get you in trouble. I don't want to do that.
That would be like, yeah, because anime porn is like an actual genre, huh?
It sure is.
Make him come back as animated Grace or Ben.
I don't have those.
Okay, so hey John, what's good?
I have to like spend my real life time making these things. You know?
I'm super tired. I'm quitting caffeine, so I'm kind of like zombie. So I'm glad they came in with the Ben in Mania energy.
Did you stay with them for
Is this
a while?
Wi-Fi better or worse?
I don't know.
Should I switch back to the other Wi-Fi?
I don't know. Sometimes you sound like you're fast forward.
With me, guys. 1 second. 1 second.
Uh-huh. Oh, what's going on right now? Oh, she's switching her Wi-Fi. She's moving.
Okay. I'm back. Okay.
Hey, did you?
Should I draw grossly offensive? Yes.
I know him.
Well, I didn't. I was going
Kind
to. Yeah. How do you
Oh.
know him?
Well, I found his Hormaxer video
You
quite
also
some time ago.
Did you sext him?
No, he's in my
okay.
Discord.
So you're
That's
like a
all I know about
fan.
him is he like makes videos and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm TribuCast. I do stuff.
I had an e-thought relationship with him.
Yippee. That had to be frightening. I imagine. Because
Draw him right now.
isn't Maxer like super obsessed with Hello Starlight right now?
Not Max shirt, grossly.
Oh, you were talking about sorry.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Come on, son. Come on, son.
I don't know much about
standards.
Grossly. He's a guy on the internet, you know. That's all I know. I'm not sure of anything
like
else,
it.
to be honest.
I like it. Okay, but what was I say? Okay, so let's see here.
I do have.
So
a
yeah,
lot on Maxer, though.
I stayed with them for like a minute, but okay, tell me more about this sector. So you're in this weird
sector.
Who do you watch?
I wouldn't
Why-
call
how
it a
did you find
sector.
Stream?
I found your stream because Double C in my chat was like, "Hey, the Thorps are on Ava's chat or channel," and I was like, "Okay," and he was like, "Well, go over there."
Okay.
So I did. Yeah, Double C. I'm giving you away, Double C. So you know. I mean, I'm sure he knows.
Okay. So
But,
you have your own channel. Trippy Poop is your channel name?
It does. TribuCast, actually.
Trippy Cast.
I didn't
okay.
realize I had my old
What do you
name
make content
as my
about?
display name. Let me, I just do live streams and shit.
Yo, Ava.
Hey, Grace.
What's up? ¿Qué pasa?
I just wanted to just hop back on and just tell you like literally what I just got off stream and told my dad, and he was like, "You should just tell Ava this and just see what she says." So I just got off stream and I was like, I felt like that went really poorly because I'm not making effective use of my time on streams. I'm just complaining about the same things. Everybody's heard me complain about these a million times, and I'm kind of a weirdo because I know you're shaking your head. Let me just get this out. I'm kind of a weirdo because like she thought I should have just like gone and done something with you, and I like always want to retreat, and I'm just kind of like worthless, and I'm like wasting all my potential, and just kind of felt like, and even just the fact that I thought that I was like, oh, and now you're despairing, now you're spiraling. Okay, great. I just feel like I'm thinking about everything from a crazy perspective. Like, it doesn't make any sense with what my life is currently, but I'm just like so like locked in this sort of bubble in my head that like I'm not breaking out of, even though I can see that other people live more normally than I do.
Okay. Well, let me say, I feel like I used to have like that a lot, like of like leaving a social interaction, especially when there's like when there's people watching. I think it's totally normal to be like to think about like the way that like awkward things that you said or whatever, right? And then you like get anxious over it. That's so normal. Like that still happens to me sometimes, but I think over time I've kind of just learned to like shut it off and like ignore those thoughts and be like, nope, don't think about it, because that's just gonna like make you like, it's like don't overanalyze. But
yeah, it wasn't so much like a social interaction as it was like, oh well, I'm streaming, I should be working on my career, but I'm just like kind of sitting here. I don't have a plan. I don't like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not making effective use of my time. I'm just sort of complaining, and everybody's heard this before, and you know what I mean? Like, just sort of like getting lost in that.
I don't know. I think that Grace, honestly, I was thinking this like when you were like sharing about yourself. Like, you have a serious talent for like putting your feeling, like describing like these niche feelings and like putting it into words and like pinpointing them, like that a lot of people don't have. Like, it's like you would be like a good writer, like it's interesting to listen to. Like, that's why people,
you think so,
like listening. I really do. Like, it's very like, you're very like self-analytical, which I think is kind of to your detriment a little too much, and like causes you to overthink and stuff like this. And it's like, and you have like this like underlying insecurity and like stress about streaming. So you're like, oh, I wasn't good enough, I should have done this better, or I should have went into that room. It's like, you were fine. You're never going to like fully satisfy yourself, like in terms of like you're never going to live up to your own standards.
Are you saying kind of like lean into it, like kind of like be neurotic, just like talk about it a lot, or like write about it or whatever it is, but like as long as other people find it interesting, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm not necessarily, but what I'm saying is that if you do that, like just be your natural self, and then like don't, and just know if you do end up like talking about that or whatever, like it's like people are interested in it, and like don't feel like insecure about it. And I mean, yeah, you could like lean into it or whatever, but yeah, what I was gonna say is like over time, like I think you just have to like practice, like when you get into these like these thoughts, like once you end the stream and then you like feel shitty about it, you just have to like pause and be able to be like, you know what, like it was probably fine. I'm not going to like indulge this like thought process, because it's not going to get me anywhere. Like, sometimes it's like some negative emotions don't need to be analyzed, or like sometimes it's best to just be like, I'm not going to indulge this thought process.
Yeah, right. But then when I don't indulge it, it's like it's still eating at me. And so a lot of times I feel like, okay, well, I may as well just say this and just get it out there, because like I don't really have, I know that normal people can have negative emotions, and they're just like, okay, well, I'm just tired right now. But it's like all I have are negative emotions in a certain sense. Like, not really, but that's what I pick up on the most. Like, I don't really think about it when I'm happy, and then when I'm negative, it's like I get sort of obsessed, like spiraling in the negativity. And then I'll be like, okay, am I just a negative person? Do I just enjoy like drama and sort of like self-reflection and sort of this feeling of despair? Do I just want to do this? And it's like, and then it's just doubting myself, and sort of like it's exhausting. But
yeah, man, definitely. You know, because here's the thing, because I'm like, there's definitely like a line between like repressing stuff and just ignoring it, versus like being like, I'm not gonna like focus on this right now, or like indulge this. But I think the difference is that it's like, when you have these thoughts, like the reason why you're feel like so negative all the time is because you have these like paths, right? It's like you have this one thought, and then you have another thought, and then it's like you have the option of like, you know what? No, I did good today. I'm just gonna try better next time, and it's okay to have an off day. Or you can go the direction of what's wrong with me, like why can't I be more fun, like why don't I enjoy streaming more, and just get into that rabbit hole. And then it's like, okay, maybe you indulge that rabbit hole, now you're at another crossroads where it's like, okay, you can continue indulging that and spiraling even more, or you can be like dude, I really think you should like look into like this like growth mindset workbook thing that's going on.
No, I'm not opposed to it. I do think I have a fixed I think I have a mental illness dialogue trees. That's funny. Yeah. But it's like, I don't think I have a perspective, like a big enough perspective. Because when you're saying that thing with like that you have an option to like say no, it's like, then I go like, okay, but what else am I going to do? Because if I don't fix this problem, then like cleaning up isn't going to work because everything's just going to get messy again. And it's like a lose sight of like, okay, but like you can make steps and then do something else and that will help. And then when I'm doing something else, it does help. Like if distraction.
I'm telling you, bro.
Myself.
But what you're saying, dude, it so resonates with me. Like literally, like that's been my issue for like the past like year of just like being like paralyzed and like not actually like doing anything and just being stressed about it. But like so back in high school, I remember I had the same problem. And this is the like only time that like I kind of like overcame it, and I have to think back to this to remember, oh, this is possible for me to solve this issue. Because I remember I would have the same issue, and I would like be laying on the couch watching Netflix and like all stressed about how much homework that I have, and then I would be like, dude, I want to like watch Netflix forever. I don't want to do the homework, but I would have to do this thing in my head where I would just be like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, turn my phone off and just go like a robot and just do it without even thinking. And it's like, and I can look back at that and be like, oh, I actually can do this. I'm just telling myself that I can't because I've been doing this pattern for like literally 5 years of being like, oh, I'm stuck on my phone. I'm too addicted to it. I like can't go and do this, like, or I can't, but it's like you can, but you're just so convinced that you can't because you haven't done it in so long. Like you truly believe that you can't, but like if you slowly take, like if you do it and just force yourself like one day, that will exponentially improve your ability to like get up and do things. Hopefully.
So like kind of like, what the hell? Sorry. So like willpower, kind of. Like to a certain extent, which will trigger something that's always been there, which is kind of like, yeah, you can do this. I mean, the thing for me is not so much like that. Like, for example, like if, whatever, the dishes, I need to put dishes in the dishwasher. It's like, it's not so much that I can't do that. It's like, I prioritize it. So I'm like, okay, well, if I put the dishes in the dishwasher, it's like, I think of it one of two ways. Either it's like, okay, this is bad. I'm distracting myself. I need to deal with the real issue here. Or it's like, I'm indulging myself. I guess that's the same thing, kind of like it's always in perspective of like there's this big issue that I have that I need to figure out, and then everything will click more instead of being a little bit more realistic, I guess, and saying like, well, of course not everything's going to be perfect right away, and that doesn't mean that like you should always see every experience in the light of this sort of like whatever mental health problem that you have, which is like, it's there, whatever it is, like this bad habit, but like, it just colors everything. I think that's why I start despairing, because it's like everything is colored by it.
Fuck you, literally fuck off, Jordan. But
hey, I'm just hanging out.
So you're saying that you, as I'm understanding right now, you're saying you get caught in these like just overthinking, and you just like, and then you feel guilty about thinking, but then you also feel guilty if you do something else and don't like think through whatever the issue is.
Yes. Yeah. And then and then at a certain point, it's like it's all very isolated, right? It's like all inside my head. And then and then like I kind of feel like I can't reach out to my dad because like I don't know, I feel guilty towards him too, right? Because it's like, okay, it's always the same thing. So like what am I gonna do? Tell you that I'm anxious? Like I don't wanna, I don't know, it's like embarrassing. And that's also why I don't want to bring it to the public. It's like, okay, well, it seems like I just keep doing the same thing. So like I'm kind of worthless. Like that's where the feeling of worthlessness comes in. It's like, okay, well, everybody likes to see somebody improve. Nobody likes to see the same thing over and over again. And it's at a certain point you just feel like you're coping. And like maybe you're like, I'm just way off. And that's always in my head. It's like, maybe I'm just way off. Maybe I'm not coming at this the right way at all. And then I don't know any other way to come at it, but it's like just the thought that that's possible is like, okay, well, so maybe like all of this is wrong. And so then it's like a whole other level of self-doubt. It's like, it's all gay, sort of. It's all like retarded, but it's real also.
No.
I don't know.
It's
Well,
not,
look.
dude.
Grace, I'll give you this ducky if it makes you if it like makes you feel better. And you can sit in a tub and you can be like, Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You know?
Okay. Okay. So like, that will solve all of your problems. I think that's like the magic conch shell right there. But okay, wait. So I feel the exact same way, dude, in terms of like with my like addiction issues. Like I went to rehab in February of 2021 and I have never been sober consecutively for like more than 90 days. And I'm in this, or not 90, no, like 120. And like, and I'm just in this horrible cycle of literally being like, oh, I'm ready. I'm beaten down. I'm ready to change, whatever. And then just constantly like going through the same thing of like letting my friends down, like isolating, ghosting people, whatever. And just doing the self-destruction all over again. And it's like that same exact feeling of like, damn, like, am I just like a hopeless cause or like what am I doing wrong? Like this is so pathetic. It's like it's almost like the same thing of like, you know, when you like when a woman has like 4 kids, it's like the 5th time she gets pregnant, nobody really like cares anymore. Like it's not as exciting. It's like, oh, again, like okay, like and yeah, it totally like makes you feel like pathetic or whatever. But then you have to remember that like there are people who like there's a guy I know who went to rehab 22 times and he's been sober for like 3 years now. So it's like sometimes for some people like the trauma or the issues run deeper, and I think that if anything, like it just shows it's like all that you need to do is reevaluate like your approach. Like whatever you've been doing has not been working. And I think that's the key there is that it's like, okay, I need to accept an outside opinion or like outside help from somebody who's gone through this experience or like some kind of professional or something, you know. It's like maybe like take a different approach because I don't think there's anything wrong with you inherently at all. It's like we literally just all have like childhood trauma that you're not made to get through on your own. Like that's why psychology is like a whole profession, whatever.
Yeah. I think maybe I write it off too quickly or whatever. I'm sure you can relate to this experience though. It's like you identify the problem, you figure out a way to come at it. You like let's say like you're like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pray every morning, let's say, or whatever, just as a hypothetical. And then you do it, and then like you actually like over focus on the way you're going to fix the problem, and it makes it worse. And like every time that you try to fix it, you just kind of want to do it more. Like, you know, like if you say I'm not going to drink today, you probably are like, I really just want to drink, and just say like, fuck that. I don't like this moral sort of like, it's just like, it feels like chains. Like I just want to say, like, even if I don't want to drink, it's just like I want to drink to say fuck you to this thing that's like, don't drink today, make sure you are a good girl or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And then you kind of end up like you find yourself in the same place over and over again, even though you try different things. You just always find yourself up in the same place. My dad said he's in the backstage. He wants to hop on just for a minute. He'll be calm, he promises.
Okay.
Hey, I want to help. I want to just suggest something to you girls. and I think you're like both being very nice to each other. But what you were both doing, you're alienated, and you're women who are trying. I don't want to be sexist, but you're women who see like things in terms of self-help. And I would just make a suggestion that really women work better in terms of being motivated by relationships, as do men. And that gets into religion too, which I know Ava's maybe not something in your wheelhouse, but it's
Wait, Ava, why do you have that reaction though? I'm just curious.
Relationships that
because
work for women.
I think that that's like kind of a toxic way to like, it's like
love.
You can't just, if you just decide, okay, I'm just gonna get in a relationship and this will solve all my problems.
No, I don't mean a sexual relationship.
You mean like friendship?
Yeah, relationality with another person, and I would include God in that. Is that like, you know, and I understand like, you may have problems with that, but like, if you feel like the creator of the universe cares about you and has a plan for you, it's a lot easier than going like, okay, I'm alone in the universe. What should I do?
Community is the
what's
number one
plan?
most important thing. I agree with you.
Yeah, and in that sense, I believe in Alcoholics Anonymous. Like, it's good to have another person to talk to. It matters to say like, okay, we're in this together. None of us are perfect. And but I think I just hear it at Grace, like when she's like talking to someone, she's talking about how like it's hard to do things and everything's a project. Even she talked about prayer as a project. Prayer is a relationship. If you make it into a project, it's just not really a relationship. You can't make a relationship into a project. And so I may be wrong. Like, it may be that Grace can't utilize her relationship with me as a springboard to get out of this kind of thing. But I do think there's a problem with being like, because you said you isolate yourself, Ava, like when shit gets tight, you isolate yourself and then you're sort of in this loop of yourself. And that's a terrible place to be. But both of you have in common like a real alienation from your families, which tends to put you in this position, which is not your fault. But I'm not sure that like when you say like, okay, willpower is the way through this, it's like, that's not going to work.
Well, willpower and like friendship. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You could also try starting fires. Sometimes that helps.
I mean, it's like the thing about relationships or friendships is that like, I mean, to be honest, Dad, I do get very down about a relationship in times like kind of like around this time of the day, because I'm just like, okay, I did the same thing to this guy that I do almost every day, and it seems
that's
like
why
every
Jesse
time.
Lee Peterson said, invite God into your life, you know, in a kind of very like just meditative way. I agree with that, and I actually agreed. I said like your punishment should be that you just talk to other people about what's going on. To me, it's different. We're not hitting this because at this time of the day, you'd be sort of attacking me, you know,
yeah,
sort
like
of
crying, like
really
I'm so
falling
sorry.
apart,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you don't want to do that.
Wait,
give me some space.
Wait, Grace, what were you saying about that pattern of like with a guy or something?
I'm saying with other people, like it seems hopeful at first, and then you kind of get into the same ruts with them. Like a lot of people online that I've met, it ends up being like, we should do this, and then it's like I have my problems, and then I just feel like a shit because I'm like, I actually can't do this. Like I can't like sort of collab with you because of these problems I'm having. And they're usually understanding, but then I just sort of like eventually ghost because I'm like, I'm not competent enough right now. Sorry. You know what I mean?
Wait, can you elaborate on that a little bit? Like, what do you mean? Like why do you say I can't do it?
Well, so like it would be like I had somebody who reached out who wanted to be like an editor, and he wanted to work together with me to like keep my channel sort of like rolling with like shorts and videos and like regular streams, and he had like a plan and stuff. And I was like, you know, maybe this is like the wrong perspective to think of it, but I was just like, man, I cannot regulate myself at all right now, and I don't think like agreeing to do this without sort of having more stability as a person makes any sense. So I just kind of ended up ghosting him, and I felt bad because I kept saying like, okay, well, I'll try to get it together in a week or two. So that's why I kind of like veer away from relationships too, because it just seems like I'm always promising something that I can't deliver on. I don't know if that makes sense. But like I could potentially deliver on it, but it's like right now I'm like not doing well, so
Well, like, you don't know till you try, really. Like,
It's good that you recognize the pattern, though.
Right? Like this week you might not want to do it, and then next week you start off and you're like, holy shit, this is what I've been wanting to do.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like, I think I've said this to you like before, but like straight up, like you just have to I think I literally said this yesterday. Like, I will like the last thing I want to do is leave my house. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go hang out with a friend, and then I just force myself to do it because I'm like, I can't be a flake. That's gonna make them not like me. And then I go and I end up having a great time most of the time. So it's like sometimes like I think that you just let you just because you've done it before, you let the pattern happen, but like, and it's just kind of the default almost just because you've gotten into the habit of it. It sounds like maybe of like flaking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, I mean, obviously the main relationship in my life is with my dad, and I mean, I'm in a negative sort of place right now, but it just seems like I'm always kind of fucking up and saying I'm sorry to him, which I don't think he really wants, but it's like I keep sort of like being out of it, and then
maybe that's not a good relationship for you.
Well, yeah, that's where I go, and then I'm like, okay, but like that can't be, because like we've been through so much together, and I really like him and trust him, and it, like everything works. So like it doesn't have to be that big of a deal. Like, and then and then it's a spiral. It's like, well, why do you have to make
wait,
such a big deal?
wait. But both of you girls have had experiences that have been really tough with people you trusted, right?
I guess you could say that with most people in the world.
Yeah, I have.
Well,
For
really
sure.
bad with your mother. I don't know Ava's whole thing, but I think a lot of people your age just have this basic problem with the relationships that you don't see it as worth investing in, and you kind of give up real quick on it because it's too hard. And I think with another person, you make a deal, right? And you like, it's a deal.
Well, all I can say
is, if you're not willing to make the deal,
life's
life's not worth living, especially as a girl. Life's not worth living.
I think the problem
is
you're
a girl who's alienated. I don't think it's willpower. I think you just gotta, wherever there's a problem, you gotta overcome the problem. I think a lot of times it comes from family issues, which makes it tough in our situation to like avoid the connection. But
Grace, do you feel like you've had like friendships, or like do you feel like you have a pattern of like when you like meet someone new and like become friends with them, like in those instances, do you think maybe you kind of like self-sabotage it?
I would say what happens when I meet new people is I'm ashamed of myself and my life because it doesn't really make sense. So I present a sort of fake self to them. And I mean, I would say that if I trust them a bit more, I'll let them in, but it's like I'm ashamed of it, and I kind of don't defend what I'm doing in my own life. I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm a fuck up. I don't get things together. And so then eventually I just feel like too embarrassed to keep talking to them. It's like, well, yeah, I'm just this person.
Bro, I'm telling you, that vulnerability is exactly what's going to make like that connection deeper, even though it's scary and you're scared they're going to judge you. Like, if you're open with somebody and like honest about who you are, it's going to make that relationship that much better. And it's worth a shot.
I believe that, but it's like at a certain point, it's like it feels like all you're doing is complaining to them and sort of like making excuses and apologizing, and then it's like, well, this isn't. I'm just putting them in an uncomfortable position. Like they're looking for somebody who can. I guess the appeal is like, well, if you don't have like the appeal of not doing the relationship thing is like, okay, well, objects can't hurt me, And if it's just me and myself, I'm in control of that somewhat. So like I can will myself to do something. But if it's with somebody else, I can hurt them or like keep doing the same thing.
You're afraid you're going to be rejected. That's what it sounds like.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like, yeah, I mean that.
I think to have a relationship with another person, you have to feel like I've got a lot to offer you. You have to believe that I've got a lot to offer to you.
Well, I don't.
And this is a great deal for you.
I don't like
So I
that.
feel like with
some
chicks,
people
they don't
aren't in a
seem to
good
agree.
place, but they still need friends. Like, and you can find somebody who may be struggling in equal way.
But if you don't feel like you have a lot to offer the other person, they are actually not going to be friends with you. If it's just like it's a losing deal, and you're saying like, well,
I mean,
know
it
I'm
depends
a
what you mean
loser,
by
but, you know,
offer.
like I used to
Like
have
if it's
friends-
like, okay, maybe you don't have like money or you don't have clout or something, but it's like if you are like funny or you're a good listener, like that's
Yeah.
something to offer, right?
yeah, whatever
okay.
it is, you have something real to offer that would benefit them.
Well, like a lot of
And
people
if you
that
don't
get
feel like that, you're gonna. I don't know how you would say like, let's be friends.
Yeah, because otherwise this is like a pity.
I used to have friends when I used to like teach. I would have colleagues, you know, and they had this. There was one woman. She was obviously a lesbian, but like she was whatever, trying to act like. But we had a group of guys, and then they would invite her to like hang out with us at the donut shop because they were such fucking losers. They couldn't go to a bar. But anyways, I would say I don't want to be with her because
I'm sorry.
I don't like. She's a colleague, but I didn't want to be around this kind of, you know, boring lesbian who wasn't very funny. And they would say like,
Don't call
well,
me
but, you know,
that.
friendship is about like including everyone. And I was like, nigga, no, I don't want to be with her. So it's like you choose her or choose me, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But like, I don't feel like I just not interested. You know? So I mean, I don't know if why I'm saying that, but it's like you've got to believe you've got a lot to offer. It's just like in anything, like a business deal. If you say like, I've got a lot to offer you. I've got money or expertise or experience or whatever. If you don't believe that, then it's going to fall apart.
I mean, well,
And I
a
can
lot
tell
of
you, I can
people-
tell you, Ava, in your case, I can give you the inside scoop about Grace's take on you. It's kind of interesting because she at first was like, I don't know, this Ava girl's crazy, which I do understand. And then she's like, this nigga just came out of the like shower naked. And I was like, oh, she's definitely like a lesbian. It was a joke. But I was like, oh, she's like a lesbian serial killer. She's going to get you. We were just kidding around. Okay. But after her previous, like, you know, fake traumas with these other guys. But she was kind of like, you know, Ava is too crazy for me. Like, I don't. But, you know, it was like too quick, I think. Or whatever. Shit happens, right? She's just kind of like, Ava's super crazy. She's too edgy. I kind of like the edginess, but it's just too much. I don't feel safe around her. And, you know.
Well, not really, except for the 90-mile-an-hour driving on the highway
Yeah,
crossing
she
3
said-
lanes.
She told me about your driving maneuver. You're going 9 miles an hour.
Bitch,
across
you
3
crossed
lanes.
3 lanes to get
This
onto an
nigga's gonna
exit
kill
ramp.
me.
It was crazy.
Okay, but I mean that's consistent with who you are. And
Be crossing 3 lanes and shit.
that's
Just
women,
3 lanes of
women
traffic. Was it
drivers,
raining?
that's, like all day.
Dude,
They
a
don't
lot of
know,
people
No, I
they,
missed
they
an
base
exit.
themselves
They
on the
don't
people that they're
anticipate.
around.
They're not looking at the science.
And like you got to be happy with yourself if you want to actually be able to move on. So you got to tell yourself every day when you wake up, Grace, you just got to look in the mirror and be like, I love myself. Eventually,
That's terrible
your
advice,
brain will actually.
No, Ben,
you know,
I feel like
Ben,
that's
calm
exactly
down.
what you're
It's okay, man.
saying.
Yeah, but you say God.
You gotta love
loves me.
yourself
That's a
before you
big
can love
difference.
others.
God loves me. I am a sinner. See, that's why I would say it's different about the Christian.
Well, you can be
approach.
delusional.
But
and-
okay,
and
if you say
stuff.
it that way, maybe it means the same thing. I love myself. But you.
Hey, you got to
kinda
love
like-
yourself. Yeah. Look, you
Yes,
can feel
you
like
have to
God
feel
loves you too.
like you
but
have
if
something
God
to
loves
offer
you and
another
you don't love yourself, then what are you sitting? Like, where are you sitting if that's the case? See what I'm saying?
Yes, if you don't love yourself, if you don't think you're worthy, you actually can't get anywhere.
Yeah, you got to be able to
Well,
feel
whatever
worthy
that
in order
means.
to.
God loves me. I was created with all these gifts. But in Grace's case, it's a funny thing. I know that she has so much to offer me. And I'm not obliged. She's an adult. I have no obligation. She has no obligation to have a relationship with me. It's like, you're free. But I just feel like, oh my God, I mean, everyone could see, like, she's very good in front of the camera, and she usually likes it, or there are times when she likes it, but there's this other fucking thing that gets in the way, this self-hatred, which is, I'm sorry, it is her mother's voice saying,
you gotta let that go.
How
you gotta be like, fuck that, it's my voice now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. I mean, does it even matter where it's coming from?
Matter.
What really matters is like just being able to like grow that.
Wait, it does matter. It does matter though, because it does matter in a sense, because I know this, like, a lot of the time I'll feel like with my dad, I'll feel like I don't even really want to be around him because I feel like I've dug a hole. Like, I fucked up so much that, like, there's no way that I can just be, like, natural with him. Like, I feel super guilty. I have to make up for it somehow in some big way to show him that I really am not this, like, crazy person or whatever, right? And then it ends up having, like, there's this, like, inferiority complex. But I don't know, Ava, if you think that I'm like really way different than my dad, like as if I couldn't be as competent of a streamer as him, or like as popular or whatever it is. Like, I don't think you think that like we're way off in terms of like core
you'd have bigger
confidence or
numbers
whatever.
because you're young and attractive. You'd have bigger numbers, but maybe a less devoted audience than me. But if anything, you're the bigger in terms of potential.
I think that okay, well, two things. Okay, first of all, to respond to, yeah, I can be a little bit much for some people sometimes, and that's really understandable. And I think that Grace should find someone who has like more in common, and like maybe is a little more chill. I don't know, but like,
no,
but
listen,
that's okay.
Ava,
And
what about you
I
two
was
girls?
actually, I
What
was
about you
wrong
two
about
girls?
you, actually. Though.
What about
I
you
was-
two
I was-
girls? Grace respects you, Ava. I also respect you as a streamer. I think you are very, very likable. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I think you two girls should say, like, let's fucking kill it on Twitch. Or even OnlyFans in a healthy way. Like, but you're both like, the OnlyFans can be like a totally fine thing. It doesn't have to. I'm not saying to degrade yourselves. But whatever, you're both attracted. You do your twerking. I mean, give me a break. You can help Grace to relax a little bit about that stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay, wait. Anyways, okay, wait. The next thing
You're a little bit wild. Grace likes wild. Needs a little wildness.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe she doesn't want to be in a car with you until she could be reassured that you're a better driver. Why can't you be online together?
Okay, I think Grace would do great by herself. I think that there's kind of like a more like the market that you're in, Ben, of being like a middle-aged guy with opinions and
great
like
body
is like very, very saturated. Like everybody just kind of gets like,
the religious thing is unusual.
And
I could be like a cult Jim Jones.
Okay, but I think that Grace is like more marketable big time because she's like something that's more niche in the market in terms of not about her looks or anything, but just in terms of like being more of like a red pill girl, especially in like the leftist sphere. Like that's rare to find.
I think that's an interesting point. But I think also you, Ava, are someone who could really, I mean, you've got more, you won't admit this, but you got viewers from us and our content. And I think you girls actually like equally have potential, and it would be fun if you could see what people don't do on OnlyFans. I talked with Amaranth. You know who that is? She's just kind of a hoe, to be honest. Like she just shows her tits, and it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that. But you know, you girls are both young and attractive. But if you could collab together and have your own Twitch stream, but collab together, like you watch this Xena, like she sucks. Have you ever seen one of her streams? It's like fucking pulling teeth. And Ava, you are a talented artist. Okay. Sometimes it gets boring. But if you keep it kind of like relational, like you two should troll Darius. You know what I mean? Like you both have this like ridiculous relationship with him, and challenge Xena to a like 2-on-1, like two white girls take on the black girl, and we'll beat the shit out of you and stab you, bitch. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like
a hot tub stream together. For just a
whatever.
second, I was like,
and
nah.
like I'm saying, I would rather not be the one who is telling Grace to loosen up and explore her, like being like a young woman who's sexually mature. It's not really it shouldn't be my wheelhouse, but you could help her do that and be like,
Yeah.
hey, take a risk, go to
What
a
do you
club.
think? What do you
She's
think
almost
that your
21.
wheelhouse is? What do you think your wait? When is your birthday, Grace?
The October 30th.
Day before
Okay.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, Ben.
You
What do you
guys
think
could
that
do
your
lots of interesting
responsibility is?
content. My responsibility with Grace, as far as streaming goes, professionally.
No, like just as like a dad.
I don't really think I have any responsibilities to her right now, except to guide her, if she, to kind of be like a dad. I don't know what to say, to whatever extent she needs it. I feel like what I'm trying to do here, now, is help her get over this thing with her mother. And
do you feel like all these talks with your dad have helped?
Yeah. I wouldn't have figured out, because the thing is, I have this deep insecurity, but it's like I don't really think I have anything to actually be insecure about. So I really had to figure out, where am I getting this insecurity from? Because
she
I'm
had
not an
she had
insecure
things that
person.
she was insecure about that really only I could talk about with her. And it was like that kind of only someone who's been through this with her could kind of work her through it. But I think she's mostly worked through that. And now it's time to blast out. And I don't really care if it's with me or whatever, but see, I actually think you girls could be real help to each other, and you could have a lot of fun. And
Well, what would we do though? Let's say we.
If Amaranth makes she makes 6 figures sitting there showing her tits, and she doesn't even really have much of a personality or a very
Ben,
good
will you
body.
Will you sell the RV and pay for Grace's BBL and my boob job?
For what?
Grace's BBL and my boob job.
What's a BBL?
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, you think Grace needs more of a Kardashian ass?
Well, it's for us to be like Amaranth level streamers. We need that,
she's all sorts of
Amaranth?
plastic
Have you
surgery,
seen
sex
Amaranth?
appeal. Yeah.
Her eye color's not even real.
She 100% has fake tits and fake ass.
Yeah.
And her
Fake
eye
ass?
color isn't really hers. Everything about that woman is fake.
That's not your that. There are a million just tits and ass girls.
Uh-huh.
Girls have really interesting personalities.
And most of them are copying off of Amaranth.
Yeah,
but
I
Grace,
mean,
Well, no,
back to what
Ava
I was
does
saying
art,
earlier.
and I do singing. That's genuinely
Yeah, that's
we should do
something
album,
different.
Grace.
For real.
You girls have personality.
My brother makes
That's your
beats.
thing. Personality and looks.
Well, right now I feel like I don't really, and I have to pee really bad too.
I did
so
too.
I'm gonna have to keep you guys again.
But I am
okay,
back.
bye. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man. All right, I guess I'll get going too. If you want to
You wanna-
end your show or whatever.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
Well,
That
see, I
whole
was going to ask
interaction?
Grace if she knows who she is. That's what I was going to ask before. You got to know yourself before you can kind of start to move toward enjoying yourself and actually loving yourself. You know what I mean? And not any kind of weird sexual way or touching yourself manner or any of that. But mentally, you got to know
I
who
feel like
you
I don't know
are if you
myself.
want to enjoy that person, right?
How long do you think
I've done that
took
with
you to figure
myself or
out?
to myself or whatever.
How long did
Like-
that take you to figure out?
Well, when I was younger, I wouldn't even be able to tell people what kind of music I was into, right? And I had to kind of learn that for myself and be like, oh, that's what I like, instead of being like, oh, I like it because you said you like it, and just start repeating what the other person's saying, to try to be liked. It's I had to find what I was into. It didn't take me too long either, but at the same time, I was going to a therapist at the time, and they were helping a lot. It was right after a bad breakup, I was I was in that relationship for over 6 years, so it's I really didn't know me by myself. I knew us, not me. And that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like they might be going a little too inward and not fully understanding that they're pushing too hard. They're trying to do one thing when their mind actually needs another thing. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to. I never went to school. I'm not a college guy, but the words
Fuck, I need to
are
fill
coming
out
out of my
that
mouth
stuff.
eventually. And it's you have to know things about yourself before you can actually enjoy those things about yourself. And then after you get to that point, then you can start reaching out and finding friends who are, kind of into the same things you are. They can show you new things, you know what I mean? You can just better yourself. That way you're not stuck in an infinite loop and just continue it. And then, you don't want to continuously do the same thing over and over, right?
Well, yeah, discovering yourself and understanding yourself. Such a big part of that is just getting out in the world. Like,
but I think if I asked,
going and having your own experiences and being like, oh, this is how I respond to this. Like, I didn't realize how toxic of a person I am, and that I'm like kind of a drama queen shit stirrer.
I am absolutely evil,
dude. Until I lived in like a house with 10 other women, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Did
I don't
all your cycles sync? Did all your cycles sync? Like, you guys all had to hit the store at the same time for your monthly?
No, it's
the house just smells like pheromones.
People would like hoard the fucking tampons, dude. Like, literally, we like had them in a bathroom, but then someone would just take all of them at once, fucking steal that shit. But that house was fucking insane.
I bet. I couldn't imagine being in the house with a bunch of other guys.
I mean, dude, and it wasn't just other women. It was women of all ages who were ex-meth or fentanyl addicts.
Oh, okay. So, was it like a halfway house, or was it just like
deep childhood trauma? It's called Oxford House. So it's a sober living thing, and
makes sense.
But yeah, man, and like there's a chick in there that had like fetal alcohol syndrome, and like and she told me she literally like only ate, it was like such a mystery. She like only ate vitamin gummies for like a week straight. Like, she just sustained herself off of vitamin gummies. And like, she was a little slut though, man. And she's in this thing. Have you ever heard of DDLG?
No.
She was like a daddy daughter or daddy dom little girl.
Ew.
And like,
yeah, I have heard of something. This is different initials, but yeah, I've heard of something similar.
Bottle, dude. Guys, that's the number one thing where like I wish I was trans. I really do, because it would be so nice to just be able to like whip my dick out and pee. But actually, it's not as easy to pee in a bottle with a penis as you think. You have to have a wide enough bottle to fit it in and accommodate if you get hard while you're doing it.
Well, I mean, when you pee in a bottle, like you probably shouldn't stick it all the way in, just in case it doesn't come back out.
Yeah.
You should look up a
soft, and then it's like one of those, when you put the thing in the ship in the bottle, and then you like pull it, and then it becomes big, and then you can't get it out,
I do not want my ship stuck in a bottle. Like, that would suck. You'd have to call 911.
Dude, you know the scariest moment of my life?
Huh.
Okay, this is okay. Should I share this? No, I couldn't. No, that's too much.
I share all sorts of stupid
I almost
shit on
have I almost have zero boundaries, but I don't know if I can do it. Let's just say getting a razor stuck in an important, sensitive area.
What?
That was, dude, literally PTSD. Donate to my fund to get Brazilian wax, guys.
From the inside out, apparently.
So I don't ever have to go through that again. Please.
Oh, dear God. You can get laser treatment, too. I got a friend that does that. She's really happy with it, but I don't know how expensive that is.
Dude, my friend got it, and then it still grew back.
Yeah, it does.
Super
it takes a long time, I heard.
Yeah. Got stuck in her weenus. I masturbate with razors handles.
There's a barber. I don't know. I was gonna say barbershop.
No, it wasn't in there. It wasn't in there.
There's a barber that cuts people's hair with fire, like heat.
Oh, is it one of those Indian dudes?
I don't remember. I want to say it was a black guy, but you can look up the clips online. Just fire haircut or something like that, and you find it. I was just thinking of this dude last night, because a friend of mine was doing a live stream, And where did I put that? I know I DM'd him. Hold on a sec. His name is shit. I was gonna talk about him too. Not on here, but at a different time. The hell was the guy's name? Donald Marshall, I believe. That guy, if you look him up, he is a rabbit hole on his own. He believes that he was on a Megadeth album cover dying. Like, he said that the person on the Megadeth cover is actually dying for real, like he's being murdered. And he says that's him, but it's not really him. It's a clone of him. And that he died for a Megadeth album cover. And the dude says that every single night, more of his clones die, and it makes his heart actually hurt. He thinks the government is doing it, and they're going to give him a heart attack one day. And the dude believes this shit wholeheartedly.
Sounds like a quality enlightened guy.
Oh yeah, he said he's written like 97% of the chart topping songs of the last 35 years. He's like, I've written for Britney
That's
Spears
super
and
believable.
I've written for Queen. You know, it's like, what the fuck, dude? You sure about that shit? I wrote all of this guy's hits, and yeah.
Wait, bro, I have to pee so bad though. I'm gonna have to let y'all go.
Yeah, you're gonna go pee. You're gonna get shorter. Watch, you just shrink. You just be like, you'll be standing in there, and you're gonna be like,
You mean lose weight?
Then you're gonna come out. You'll be like, holy shit, I am shorter.
Have you ever weighed yourself? Have you ever weighed yourself like before and after shit?
I don't have a scale, so now, but
I need a scale that's more detailed.
there used to be a TV show called Brainiac, right? And they did the experiment. They fed two different people like a 10-pound plate of spaghetti, and they weighed them before the spaghetti. Oh, nice. After the spaghetti, and then they, they calculated how much they lost, like after the spaghetti, and it was like, yeah, they ate 10 pounds of spaghetti and they took a 10-pound shit.
This is my dildo.
Doodad. That's a camera stand, right?
No, it's my dildo.
Oh, it was like if you.
Just
I thought
kidding,
you said
I use
dildo.
a gun.
And I'm thinking like if you put that in there and it expands, holy shit. Am I the host of the
It's
show?
like having
now?
a reverse baby.
Now,
Okay.
now.
All right.
I'll leave you be.
Nice
Have a good
meeting
show.
you, I like your Okay. Bye, guys. Maybe one day, when I get real desperate and deep in the depths of meth addiction, hit me up again. Okay? All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. Much love. Okay. I'm gonna pee my pants.